like that was
Top Lobster Productions.
In the shadows of the ancient ones, they never went away. They're still here today.
Nephilim, Death Squad. When the last trumpet sounds and the heavens crack, blah, 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 blah. Nephilim, Death Squad. Nephilim, Death Squad. Death Squad. Death Squad. Death Squad.
everybody. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Nephilim Death Squad. I am David Lee Corbo, aka The Raven. That's Top Lobster, the father of disinformation. And before we get into today's guest, a little reminder, patreon.com/Nephilim Death Squad is a great place to support us. You gain early access to episodes there, ad-free listening experiences, first dibs on tickets to Bohemian Grove, and discount codes off of merchandise from toplobster.com.
Have we done anything with
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
Today I'm supposed to go and call the place I don't know if I want to do that though. I don't know if I want to do the place in Wildwood or the place in Eustis. But also there's a big thriving community. We're getting Mike's issue. Mike is off. Mike Dingus. Mike is weird at least.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Blah, blah, blah. Can you hear mine?
Hold on a second. Let's fix this. There we go. We're fucking retarded.
Sorry, we were a little.
Stop talking, Matt. You're not allowed to talk anymore.
Mics
you,
are good.
You just did the thing. The mics are fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Every time.
Every time, guys. Also, there's a thriving community on Patreon of all kinds of like-minded psychopaths and dangerous retards gathering together and having fascinating conversations. So I would say that's actually the biggest perk. Joining us today,
Some great guests.
as we Guam at you live from
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this whole guest thing. No, this is
You're a
times
guest,
in a row.
all right?
You're like,
You're
oh,
lucky. You're lucky that
No,
we
I
allow
want
you
to
on this
address the
show.
elephant in the room
Oh
because
my God.
because people have reached out. They
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we know there's something with you and Top."
Oh,
Like,
by
we
the
can
way, shout out
tell-
to Joe Brown. Thank you for the eggs.
Yeah, there's something going on. We can tell we don't like him when he's not with you. We like him better when he's
Okay.
with you. Something's
People have
going
been
on.
saying that to you?
Yeah. They're
Is that
like,
true?
Yeah, there's like a song that goes, "I like
He
me
says these
better when
things.
I'm with you." So they send me this meme, and it's like Top singing it, and he's like pointing at me.
Chat, is this real?
And I just want everybody to know, I just had to stop straight Bible. I know they were like, "Oh, it was abrupt," but it was just because
Oh,
I needed
okay.
a break. And there is a little tension between me and Top that I want to address, and it's just
Yeah, it's
that
the money thing, huh?
it's just that you don't like that I'm friends with Joe Brown.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, say it, Top.
No, I like Joe Brown.
You don't like
No,
that I'm
I
friends
don't-
with him, and you're offended now. You're like, "Oh no, there are friends, Matt." Like you don't just come into NDS.
I'm offended that Joe Brown invited you. He didn't invite us. And that's really upsetting. And I
Okay, but you're not
appreciate-
holding a grudge. Top is.
No, I
man.
think I'm holding a grudge against Joe
I'm
Brown.
holding a grudge against Jamie Walden.
Unbelievable. No, you can't
No,
say
Top's
that.
thing is like these guys are our friends. I'm friends with Joe Brown on the internet. You
Yeah.
think you're just gonna go to his house and go turkey hunting and hang out with his family and do the 501c3?
I
He's like,
just
you
thought
need
it
to
was-
come to my 501c3.
You got eggs and you brought us back eggs, and I appreciate the eggs. The eggs are very cool, but it was like
Shout out Joe
bacon
Brown.
wrapped gator,
Oh yeah,
right? Bacon wrapped gator. There was beaver. There was rabbit pie,
rabbit pot pie, rabbit dumplings.
and I
There
got
was-
none of that.
I couldn't bring that home, dude.
I don't
That
understand
was
if
Friday
you-
night. I didn't get home till Sunday. I'm
Anyway,
just
guys,
in my car.
We're also joined by Stephen of the Biblical Hitman. Welcome back, Stephen. You got to do the camera switch. There
Yeah,
he
that's
is.
right. Here we go.
Boop,
What's
there,
going on?
Stephen.
Hey, good to be back.
I don't want to know where people can find Matt, but I do want to know where people can find you. Let everybody know before we get into this conversation where people can find the Biblical Hitman.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Just started I'm getting involved in Patreon. Got a community there so far.
Nice.
Patreon.com/the Biblical Hitman. If you want to support the show there, it's ad-free, early access, and community chats and stuff like that. But you can find the channel also on YouTube, audio platforms, and social media. Thanks, guys, for having me back.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming back. We have a fascinating thing that we're doing here today. It's not necessarily a classic episode of NDS. I know we were kind of leaning more towards a hybrid Bible study, and it was brought to my attention in the chat that we're going to start with Hebrews
I thought
today.
we were just going to argue.
We're going to just fight about
Let's
things.
do that. We don't have to get into anything.
No, you have a Bible open in front of you, and I want to do something that's actually valuable here. So Hebrews sounds like a great move. I mean, we could rock, paper, scissors, shoot
You want
for
to
it,
talk
but
about Hebrews or Jews? Because Jews have been in the
What
news
is the
lately. I'm kind
difference?
of aggravated.
is there a difference?
Should we let Top just cook for a minute?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's upset you about the
I
Jews
mean,
in the news?
if blood starts shooting out of his eyes, we need a code word though. Like we need a
911. 911.
Let me
Okay.
ask Steven. It will
Okay.
be fair. Steven, has anything upset you about the Jews lately?
Yeah, the fact that they blaspheme, my God is something that, it definitely gets me kind of irritated, but
Really grinds the gears.
it
Yeah.
really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think God's ultimately in control of everything. Like he's got full power and authority. There's nothing outside his span of control. And even though they're lost, they were lost when he came here. They were lost. They didn't accept him, whatever. But I think with what's going on with World War III, which will push, towards the development of a new world order, in my opinion.
Very exciting.
And people will come to a realization that they've been worshiping a false god. When things start to unfold and things start to take place, I think people are going to realize the fruits of what it is that they were worshiping this whole time. And I think a lot of people will end up turning to Christ.
So wait, do you think that the Jews are worshiping a false god in general?
Why would they do that?
Because it's like
yeah.
it gets confusing, right? Because they do claim to worship the same God as us, but the fruits are bad.
It's the same story through the entire Old Testament. It's no different. You read the Old Testament, they're worshiping Baal, Molech, they're sacrificing their kids in the fire. Just take all of that from the scripture and just go like this and put it on there today. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but they're saying God though now.
They always were. That was the whole. Remember, you made the shirt Elijah the Tishbite. You probably don't remember. It's been a long time now, but that's a fire shirt, dude. Everybody loved that. Everybody in Cho Brown's town wanted those shirts.
Everybody didn't love that.
They love those shirts, dude. His whole family's rocking the Tishbite shirts now. But that whole scene was, let's go to Mount Carmel and we're going to determine this for once and for all. You guys can worship God or you can worship Baal, but you can't do both anymore.
Well,
so why would it be any different today?
I'm trying to find, because I think I know what Top is talking about, and I can't find this particular article that came out recently.
What am I talking about?
I don't even
Well,
know
you
what
were
he's
saying that
talking
you were
about.
mad at the Jews, and something really funny happened that we haven't talked about on this show, which is Israel coming out and declaring that it will not be partaking in the
Very
war.
funny.
That is very funny.
Oh, my
That's how you know somebody's trolling everybody.
That is the funniest shit
That's
ever. Like,
somebody
if I
with
was
a
writing a
flamethrower
comedy,
and a gasoline hose,
Yes.
and they're just trying to piss everybody off.
like first they go, Netanyahu goes, very happy. Donald Trump, the United States have decided to ally with us against our enemy
It's
here.
crazy.
And then only a couple of weeks later they go, we're not going to fight in the war. Right after,
Honestly, this is probably why Jamie Wall doesn't fuck with us.
probably, I get it. I
Okay,
understand.
but there
Well,
is-
God bless Israel.
No, but I'm you know what? I'm going to continue to be early. I'm going to continue to be right. Remember when Brian, shout out Brian. Our boy
Demon
Brian.
Erasers.
Demon Erasers.
Okay, yeah. He
Even
was just
JT.
talking to Owen.
Yeah,
I
but
gotta
they
check
were
that episode
they
out.
were like kind of iffy on us because they were like, these guys with the Israel
saying
thing.
a lot of Jew things.
And then he came to the shop and all he could talk about
was the Jews.
I was
Well, that's the curse of being early.
yeah, being early, being right.
I do think it's funny though, because right before Israel announces that they're not going to be partaking, we get the announcement that now not the drafting age, but the conscripting age, whatever the proper terminology,
Yeah.
it's no longer, the cutoff isn't 35. The cutoff is now 42. So we go, hey, now we're also willing to include dudes that are a little bit older and for support the war efforts, all that other shit. And then we go, wow, that's kind of
Not
crazy.
just
That's a little
that.
bit scary.
Right after that, you get Deuce Bigelow.
Deuce Bigelow.
Fucking Deuce Bigelow. Juice.
Somebody
even- have
has
you
to
seen
pay
this?
that guy. Yeah, you sent it to me. Somebody has to pay that guy to say that, dude. There's no way he's just saying that.
Yeah, Hollywood.
I think he's saying that. He's out of touch. He's like
Hey,
got
Matt,
that boomer
who works-
mentality.
Who works in Hollywood?
Okay, listen.
Oh, who controls
you can
Hollywood?
look back at Trump in the 80s. He's saying there's him on video with like Barbara Walters saying that he wants to take out Iran, like in
Yeah.
the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's not just like
So he's been controlled the whole time.
Oh, geez.
No, look, I'm not throwing any accusations. I don't care. I think that this is fantastic comedy.
Yes.
It is fantastic
But if
comedy.
you get sucked
to go,
into it and don't know it's somebody just inflaming this fire to say, yeah, America's going to go fight this war, but we're staying out of it. Like, you don't know
Well,
that's
'cause
going
the
to make
problem
blood
is
shoot out
that
of people's
it's-
eyes.
I do comedy and it's low stakes.
You're really
comedy.
good at it, though.
You laugh or you cry. He cries.
Both.
The problem is when
Heavy
these guys do comedy, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna send your kid to the Middle East
Well,
to
that is
die."
a
It's like,
problem.
that's actually not funny.
I
The
had this-
punchline is quite horrific.
I had this interaction on Twitter where I said something and somebody commented, "Oh, well, this guy engages in low IQ,
Yes.
information exchanges, and the only way that his audience, because they're so stupid, is going to understand what he's saying is if he includes a couple of bitches or retards in there.
Okay, I'm sorry, David.
Go ahead.
I'd like to address something.
Yeah.
Very, I think it's important as well, guys. This episode.
Is this breaking?
It's not breaking.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a breaking news thing.
No, it's just some gay dudes that keep emailing us.
Oh, yeah. This is
you in the
weird. This is
chat.
getting weird.
Yeah.
He's in the chat? Where's he at?
I think he's in Veritas.
Oh, motherfucker.
The in Veritas.
Yeah. It might be him.
What's he saying?
It's a guy that's trying to have gay sex with us.
Well, go ahead and
What?
tell him.
So what's
about it.
happening is I think when we made fun of Danielle with the extra forehead and the mustache, she went and she told her Raelian cult. She reported back to them and said, "Hey, there's a couple of guys, Nephilim Death Squad, and
They're following me too.
they're saying some
they're
disparaging
following you too,
things."
Steven?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I
we
think
have been.
this is
They're
probably why.
trying to convert me.
All right,
yeah.
So what? Is it like New Age?
Well, no, it's constantly like
it's Jesus' brother.
and this isn't anything against
What?
them, but
Steven, I think this is why Stephen Walden doesn't fuck with us, but it was just fine.
Oh, it could be. It could be. It could be.
like I'll get emails and it's constantly affirming like that Jesus was a hybrid,
Yeah.
and that the Elohim are our saviors and our creators.
Yeah,
and all this kind of
yeah.
stuff.
We're worshiping a false creator. The true ones are the Elohim, all capital letters,
That's just
an
what I said.
extraterrestrial civilization.
Yeah.
Yes. Then he's telling us to start with the plural word Elohim.
Yeah, we get it.
Those who
Yeah,
came
but
from
even
the
that
sky,
word
not
in the
God.
Hebrew is
Oh,
interesting
look, from the
because
sky, from the sky, not God. Well, if
Yes.
you take out "not" right there, sky, God, that ultimately is.
I'm
What
having
they are
deja vu.
worshiping,
Oh,
you
you
the
hurt his
goddess
feelings,
and
dude.
all
He's a
this stuff.
genuine guy. He said, "At least tell me you're not interested, and I'll stop writing you."
Dog.
Yeah, he's like
Let
your
me tell
buddy,
you something.
dude.
Yeah, if I stop, no. If I'm not answering you,
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Well, what I will say
Although
is,
I
this
am-
is for him. He
No,
should know
seems
this.
like a nice guy.
We're
man.
doing
Oh.
a show, right? And we get people that try to come on the show all the time, and we have
Yeah.
all these interactions. I've never had anybody hit us up this much across this many platforms, this consistently for this many days,
Yes.
this much volume per day. This is
and
actually.
I will tell you, here's the problem. I would like to talk to them. In real life, maybe not. You
Probably
guys look
not.
like you stink a little bit.
a little bit.
Here's the problem.
Well, I mean, it's probably true. I mean,
What's going to happen when you come on the show is we're going to sweep the rug on you,
yeah.
and then you're going to get mad. And you guys are part of some sort of a cult that does
Yeah.
cloning and also sex magic.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm interested in really kicking that hive. So I think it's best if you just stop.
We're gonna put you in a coffin. We're gonna masturbate on you.
Well, I would like to.
I'm sorry. We're not gonna do that. We don't even have a coffin. I stopped masturbating a long time ago. So all right.
Wow, good for you. I would like to. I would like to though address. I'd like to address their claim about Elohim because I think that it's completely ridiculous. They have a guy that is a rabbi.
Yeah.
The first rabbi that Leon whatever,
Okay.
and he goes, well, the book of Genesis says in verse 1 that Elohim created the earth, and Elohim is plural because Eloah.
It's intriguing in Hebrew though because the El is singular. El is a name for God.
Right, but Elohim does mean multiple.
It has the singular and the plural.
Here's the
I am
problem.
is plural.
Here's the problem, and here's why you guys are liars and or stupid. And I'm trying to figure it out is because that guy is a Jew
Okay.
who gave up his Jewish faith to follow Rael, which on its face I find very stupid. But he's also a Hebrew speaker, so he does speak the language. So you know that when it says God created Elohim bara meaning a singular verb, and Elohim is talking about a multiple, it means it would be improper in Hebrew to say Eloah bara. And also Eloah is only used in the book of Job, but it's used in like a poetic fashion. So like for you guys to be this disingenuous with the interpretation of what you're doing there, I don't it's like when you're emailing me over and over again, I don't really want to have
Let
the
him
conversation.
cook. Let Top cook on this guy. Let's go. Actually, I like this guy now.
Everybody
Let's
I
go.
have an issue with. Matt is friends with. It's
My
crazy.
main issue is
My main
the feverish way that he's reached out to us.
What?
I mean, like I said,
Wait. So what is happening? Since yesterday?
Hold on a
or
second. You mean to tell me
last
that a
week?
guy is,
No, I'm
is reaching
asking.
out to you?
Like a month ago, or did this just happen yesterday?
like a
what?
week, like 3 days ago. Well,
3 days ago, he
it's
just starts
been like-
hammering you
No,
on.
it's been about a solid week.
So on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify,
just like that. That's how he types.
Yeah.
All fingers.
It might have actually been since the episode with that fat bitch Danielle.
Who is Danielle? Like I don't know.
Was he not here for this?
I'm lost. No, Top kicked me out like a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
fine.
this is what I feel like. Thank you. Now I know what you really think of. We said it on the show.
We've been pretty explicit about what we think about that sort of
Wait,
idea.
isn't that what you guys call
Rael-
trolling? Isn't he just trolling?
Rael
No,
is
oh,
Jesus
no.
You
Christ's
think he's
brother.
real? What?
Yeah, he's Jesus Christ's brother. He's a Nephilim.
Do you know who is his brothers? Us. That's
Okay,
what it
can we
says.
get into
Hebrews.
Hebrews?
Let's get
Let's
into
get into
Hebrews.
Hebrews.
Yeah, it
Let's get
says
into
he's not
Hebrews.
ashamed to call them brothers.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me something about it?
Wait, you guys want to just get into Hebrews 1?
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
God. We're in Hebrews 1:1.
Are we gonna read the actual Bible now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That was a solid intro, though.
Was
yeah,
it?
dude.
That was chaotic.
That really was.
I'm
But
glad
there
we
was
found an
chaos in the
appropriate
room
enemy for top though. That
the last
felt
half
good.
hour.
What was that?
I said I'm glad we found an appropriate enemy for top. That felt good.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
everybody.
other than Cho Brown, because it hurt my feelings that like I became friends with his whole family.
have
His
no
whole
problem
town,
with Cho
his
Brown.
whole town
I
loves
got a
the
problem with
show.
Cho
They
Brown.
all like love the show and they all watch
I got a
it.
problem with his town.
And then
With his whole town.
No, dude. It's like, dude, his preacher came out, was preaching like hellfire and brimstone.
What?
Yeah, like it was like, bro,
Oh
let's
man,
go,
we weren't
dude.
invited at
Let me
all.
guess,
That's
you
so
going to
crazy.
that church now?
I don't really want to get into it because I know you're going to get nasty, but the Southern Baptist hellfire brimstone preaching is hard, bro. It was at like a country cookout with a bunch of unsaved people, and he was telling the unsaved people, "You're going to hell if you don't know Jesus."
Oh, what does this
Gangster.
say? We will,
We will see
He
the
went hard,
Elohim
dude.
will
Dude, he
come.
went hard. But that's what I'm saying.
Wait, let David
501c3
read this.
is
Hold on a
different.
second.
in
Hold on, I got to
country.
read this. Stop
yeah,
screaming.
they sugarcoat it.
We will see the Elohim will come not later than 2035 with Jesus Christ.
See, this is the gay shit that we've been talking
No,
about.
I think it's straight as hell.
But
Yeah,
no,
you know the thing with them, everything's inverted. So how
Can
we
you
are
put Cho
looking
Brown's
at,
on the thing?
No, I'm not going to put
Put it
Cho
up.
Brown on the thing because he didn't send me any gator and he didn't send me any.
He sent you a giant thing of pheasant eggs.
Thank you for the
dude.
pheasant eggs.
If anybody needs
Cho.
pheasants, reach out to Cho Brown, dude. He's got them.
He's got pheasants like
this
that.
is how deep this stuff goes, man. How we view Gnosticism and all these cults and theosophy, those groups there look at Christianity in the same way that we're looking at them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And it's just constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
this is true.
And I think that's where in the Bible it talks about the narrow road versus the wide, broad road that leads to destruction. Right? We can see Apollyon's connected to that term destruction, even Shiva, that destruction, all of these ancient gods, fallen Elohim, whatever you want to call it. They're not Elohim, they're fallen Elohim. And the whole point is that Jesus Christ is who he said he is.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the main thing. If you're going to tell me about the Elohim that created us and are going to come, it's like, okay, so you're detracting from Jesus, right? The whole focus is Jesus. Salvation is given by grace. We don't have to worry about a multitude of Elohim coming and what are they supposed to do? They're going to come. They're going to do
You're
what
gonna
now?
blap us up.
They're going to blap us up. Like I'm not worried about
They
that.
don't even.
Okay,
yo,
but
If a
it's
multitude
so
of
bad.
Elohim come, I'm going to go, oh, likely falling.
Here's the thing, though, and like you're saying, they think we're wrong. We think they're wrong.
No, I know they're
and I know
wrong.
you guys make a good living of like fighting people on the internet, the Twitter. But
Like,
like
these
this is what the
people are-
scripture says in Revelation. It says, "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that
Filthy.
is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still." Like at a certain point, the whole like, don't throw your pearls before swine. If they don't receive you, just knock the dust off your feet and keep moving. Like I'm not sticking around to argue with people. Like
Oh
if if they're like, "Oh,
Me
I
neither.
love the Elohim," and they're coming back and save us, right on. Good luck, man.
Right. That's why you're not invited on the show. But this is the kind of slippery shit that I'm talking about. Look, Jesus is not an ascended master. He's the son of Yahweh. I was listening to your rabbi say something else. As a matter of fact, it was quite hilarious because he's having a conversation with a Mormon guy, and they have all this weird theology about outer space in common. And at one point, the Mormon guy goes, like, we're like totally like the same. And the guy goes, he looks him right in the face and he goes, "There's no such thing as God. There's
That's
only
crazy.
Elohim." Yeah. So once you start like Dan Duval, when you start to scratch the surface and dig a little bit deeper and you find out what they think,
He said there's no such thing as God.
same thing with Jews. Once you start to scratch the surface and see what they believe, you go, "Oh, damn, this is like actually in opposition to me, to what
Yes.
I believe." It's not, there's no common ground here. There's no mind to be changed. You're in
Amen.
hostile opposition.
What did
so
you hear
I'm
that?
treating you as I listened to your episode. You sent it in an email. This is what I'm saying. Like, dude,
Oh, the one that he sent?
Yeah,
the-
so you just live the gospel and then let the chips fall where they may.
right. But then he's also sending a scripture. He's like, well, the scripture says that you have to defend Christianity if it comes to it. And I go, no, the scripture says that you don't entertain fools.
Mm.
And that's not what I'm going to do here. And if I did, it would be in a very comedic and entertaining way for the audience, not for you guys. And then you'd be mad. And I don't want to upset a cult,
It's
which I probably already done.
it's good to defend the faith when you're
Probably.
having that conversation where people are being reasonable and want to have that conversation. But that's
Like
what
a good
sucks
faith.
about the internet is you don't know. Like I've had some shows where there's like comments in the chat and I'm like, oh, cool, that's like a genuine question that I would love to respond with a genuine answer.
Yes.
Then I answer, and then they're like, just go off the rails of no, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, never mind.
It's never a good faith argument.
Like
right.
if it's not where somebody wants to
This
know,
is why everybody
let
gets
them
it.
be.
That's why everybody gets black, because I just don't have the time. I don't have the time anymore.
Okay, so God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, right? That's the whole Old Testament. We talk about the law and the prophets. This is how God spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son. That's heavy. Whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. His work's done. He purged our sins, one sacrifice forever, sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high. We see him standing up when Stephen gets stoned. They stone Stephen. And then Stephen says, I see him standing at the right hand of the Father. Like that's heavy, bro. Because he's standing to honor Stephen, dude. He's saying, like, bro, that guy will take a bullet for me. I'm standing to honor that dude. Like that's heavy. But he's sitting down at the right hand. He's done. His work's done. Being made so much better than the angels. This is where we're getting into it. Because the whole context is like Jesus is better than angels, which I think is intriguing, because it's like if that discussion for us, we're like, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Jesus is better than angels.
That's kind of fascinating, because that is this conversation. He's talking about Elohim, and we're saying Jesus
better than angels.
Better than angels. Crushing.
And he's like having to have this same argument. We're 2,000 years later now. And you guys are having the same argument with the guy.
Yeah.
But he's having this conversation, to Top's point, with the Hebrews in that day.
Okay.
I'm guessing this is Paul writing. They hated Paul, so that's why he doesn't sign it. I know some people think somebody else wrote Hebrews.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. If it's Apollo or whoever it is, Apollos, or people say Luke, or maybe it's some unnamed guy who wrote Hebrews because Paul doesn't sign it. I just think it sounds like Paul, and he wasn't going to sign his name because like they hated him.
This is crazy. It is divine. I say this is divine intervention, because I said, hey, Matt,
the lining up of this.
We don't tell him about anything anymore, because
correct,
he doesn't deserve it,
because you hate me because I'm friends with Joe Brown. You're like, no, there are friends. You're like the older brother when the little brother tries to be friends with the older brother friends.
Listen,
dude.
So I go, Matt, we're giving you a shot. Giving you a shot to work back in.
Yeah.
Doing a Bible study,
hybrid Bible study. Shine.
Yeah, with us, with Stephen.
Right.
All good. Come back in. He goes, let's talk about Hebrews. Let's talk about Jesus being better than angels.
That's what I was reading last night. I was reading it when you texted. I was like, let's just do this.
It's almost like there's like a real God, like a divine God,
right?
That would drop that on you, huh?
Who orchestrates things.
Change the camera. Change the camera.
No, don't do that.
Oh, man. Did you see the guy walk through yesterday with a ski mask? I was like, bro, you can't go back there like that.
That was you. We saw you.
Everybody
you were limping.
Being made so much better than the angels, we're in verse 4, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee?
Hey, can I ask a question to this guy?
Sure.
Because he's saying Rael is the last prophet of the Elohim before the judgment.
Geez.
No, I just want to know, are you guys
off the rails today? This guy's like,
no, the things that I
interesting
said.
Thing.
I've been quite harsh to you. Are you going to unsubscribe from the Patreon?
No,
he's a free subscriber. He's on the free thing. I saw
he's on free.
Yeah, he's on free.
What about the guy?
He'll be gone in 6 days.
Yeah, there's people that don't like us, like Arnie, the dude. You said it's like a
Arnie.
Yeah, it's like he does like a, the RN. It looks like a M, and so he says his name's Amy and puts like a girl picture.
Good
and
God.
He says like all the mean stuff to me.
That's Amy from New Jersey.
That's
She
Amy.
hates you.
She's
That's
awesome.
Arnie. You said that was like a burner account.
No, Amy's great.
I love
but
Amy.
she
crushes.
says mean
You
stuff,
like Amy?
but she stays.
I think she's great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's like burning me up.
No, I don't
You
think
guys
there's
love
any.
that.
No,
Go
I
say
don't.
hi. He's right there.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's keep.
Which
sorry.
is like fine. I don't mind
you're good.
Arnie. He's probably a nice
good.
guy.
This is gonna go off the rails, but
Very much so.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just think it's Jesus shows his ultimate authority over the serpent over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And the Bible's kind of God's like revealing it to me to where I'm starting to understand the storyline a little more, because I'm understanding Satan and his counterfeit. Like when you look in the Garden of Eden, there's the tree of life. There's another tree over there, right? It's the counterfeit tree, right? It's the knowledge of good and evil and all this kind of stuff. It's like our conscious state when we were in the garden. We're like children, they didn't know that they were naked. My
Right.
kid rips her diaper off and runs around the house. Like she doesn't have that the consciousness of the state of an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Steven?
Yeah.
I actually got to apologize. I forgot. I had a birthday party for my son.
Oh,
this
yeah.
weekend, which Matt didn't go to.
No, Matt didn't come.
I
Which
knew you
he was
didn't-
honestly, he was okay with that. But we were sitting at the table at one point, and he goes, "I didn't invite Steven.
Didn't invite
Oh
Steven.
my god, I didn't invite
But I will
Steven."
for my
Hey, I
daughter.
love that.
You'll live close. You'll be living closer. So for my
I'll
daughter's
be
birthday.
around. I'll be around.
Yeah. This guy may never get an invite.
No,
Yeah, he went to- he
Top
went
has
to
been
Joe Brown instead.
hostile. He's been hostile to me, and I knew he needed some space, and I just wanted to honor that. I just wanted to give him some
No,
space.
you didn't. You wanted to go hang out with people who
He
were
just said he kicked me off the show for a month. He finally admitted it, and so I just
No,
wanted to
it
give him some
was-
space.
It was a team decision. High five.
There is no way that you were in on that. You're just doing that for the
Psalm
show.
8:5.
You call
he
me
says,
weeping every day to say,
you
Matt,
have
I hope
made
Top
them-
lets you back.
He says, "You have made them a little lower than angels and crowned them with glory and honor. Verify the
Whoa,
Hebrew."
whoa.
Don't
Where'd
make
you
those
go?
noises.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I'm reading. Look at the screen, fool.
Reading a super chat.
Well, what version and what is
Let's
he
go back.
talking
Let's go
about?
to. We're going to go to that in a minute because Paul's going to quote that Psalm 8 in this passage.
Awesome. Let's go. We're gonna do that. Hold your horses, Veritas.
Yeah. That I love that he did that because
in
this
Veritas,
passage
yeah.
in Hebrews ties that together, saying it's speaking of Jesus. That's the whole context.
Okay.
Oh damn, you're about to look stupid, bro.
Because he said what
Being
is man? That you made him a little lower than the angels, but now you've crowned him in glory above the angels.
Thank you, Amy. You're right.
Amy's just crushing. So go on.
Dude, I love Arnie. I don't have any issue with him. I just think it's funny that he made like a girl name and a girl picture. It's just a
I
little
keep-
weird.
Keep reading. Look, you got the big screen. You can
Look,
read.
now you're big.
All right, watch this. Watch this. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Now, this is where it gets squirrely with some creeds and stuff, where people are like, Jesus is begotten, and we're all sons, but he's the begotten. And there's some discussion about this, which is all good. You are my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again, I'll be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And that's a reference back to Psalm, like I think it's Psalm 2. It's definitely in the Psalms where it talks about this day have I begotten thee. But look what happens in Acts. Acts 13, 32 and 33, Luke is saying, and we declare unto you glad tidings, how that the promise which was made unto the fathers, God hath fulfilled the same unto us, their children, in that he hath raised up Jesus again, right? It's saying that God raised up Jesus from the dead, because we know in the Romans passage, it says, this is what Cho Brown's preacher preached on actually, was
We don't
that,
care about that.
if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God hath raised him from the dead. That's why we say it gets a little squirrely if you don't believe in the triune nature of God.
Can we
Okay.
just do like a whole episode without mentioning Cho Brown? One
Okay,
time?
that's the last time. So
One
without
time,
the
David?
triune
I mean,
nature of God.
I don't know. If I mention him, it's just in the context of I'm upset. I wasn't offered.
Where's
I wasn't
my
given
eggs?
the. Well, you don't get eggs, but I wasn't given.
I got a bucket of eggs.
Okay, you
Thank
got
you,
a
Cho
bucket of
Brown.
eggs.
You're nice.
I ate them all this morning, Joe,
They
and they were
crushed,
delicious.
dude.
But I just
Ate them all.
They're
He
like
gave you
90%
14.
yolk, dude. A pheasant egg is like 90%
It's
yolk.
a tough
They
ass
crush,
egg too.
dude. They crush.
It's a tough egg, but
Let me get him to show.
the lack of bacon wrapped alligator is really my main concern.
Okay, here's the context for this thing, though. This day have I begotten thee, right? Verse 33 in Acts 13. God hath fulfilled the same unto us, their children, in that he hath raised up Jesus again, as it also is written in the second Psalm, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. So God, like Jesus being begotten of the Father is in the context of raising him from the dead. It's not in the context of him like making him in the beginning of time. They're both
Oh, I see.
eternal. God, the triune nature of God is eternal. There's God the Father, there's Jesus, there's the Holy Spirit. It's eternal. It wasn't begotten in that sense. He's begotten in the sense, I think you could make the argument as well for like being born to Mary. God had to orchestrate that
Mhm.
for him to be brought forth as a man. But then certainly to come out of the grave at the resurrection, this day have I begotten thee. And that's what it says in Acts. That's the context of Psalm 2. And that's what the writer of Hebrews is drawing the connection to here.
It's interesting too, because John 1:1 says, "In the beginning was the Word,
Mhm.
and the Word was with God, and the Word was God."
Yeah.
Amen.
And then later on, it says that Jesus Christ is the Word made flesh. So
So if there was-
it
if he
seems like a
wanted-
pretty Like I'm saying this because there's somebody who watches the show all the time and she crushes. Her name is Sparrow Bear, and Sparrow struggles with
She's
the
my friend
Trinity.
too.
And I
wanna get
see her
in trouble.
struggling with it,
I
and
don't
I'm
want
like,
Top to hate her because she's my friend too.
but
No, no,
I
she's
get
all right.
confused too, right? It's like trying to understand the nature of God that exists outside of this, that existed before we did, that created all of this. Like it's a really complicated thing, but it says it explicitly right there in John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then to go a step further and say Jesus Christ was the Word made flesh.
Is this guy still here? Are you still here? In
I have no
Veritas?
idea.
Stop with that guy.
No, that was
dude.
before.
No, I just wanna
that was
know.
before.
I really okay. None of the theology behind your religion interests me, but I do want to know why you have a sex cult and why you guys are fascinated. Stop laughing at the people.
We're talking about the triune nature of God, but I do want to know about the sex cult. But
That's the important stuff. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Why are you cloning people? Why did you get kicked out of the United States?
right.
What's happening here? How come your agenda is the same thing as the Nephilim? What are you doing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
a big
one-
part of Rael's experience was that, you know, he was evangelized a whole new reinterpretation of the Bible.
Yep.
And have you guys
Very
seen
Mormon.
have you seen the Travis Scott stuff? I think I might have shared it.
No.
I didn't share it. You haven't seen well, Travis Scott came out with a music video. I won't play it because of copyright stuff, but I just shared it just now. This is very interesting because, you know, they've reached out to me, they email me, and they
Travis Scott?
It seems
This is Kanye.
Kanye. Yeah, that's right.
Veritas, right? Veritas. He, you know, they've reached out and stuff, and
Oh, he's reached out to you too.
yeah,
Feverishly?
he's sent me Rael's books and all
Yeah.
of this. So I'll tell you what, I've been digging through it, okay, and it's all a
And I've changed my
reinterpretation of
mind.
the Bible.
Now
Right?
it's not so bad.
I don't want to be in a sex cult. So in this music video, it's basically presenting the religion of Raelianism, right? So you have Travis Scott here, who is representing the Antichrist in our theology.
Okay.
But in their theology, this is Yahweh.
This is a new
Okay.
Kanye West song.
This is a new Kanye West song,
Right.
right? So, you know, Raelians, when they look at Zechariah chapter 5, verse 6 through 11, I'll read it real quick. It says,
Sure.
Zechariah is shown an ephah-sized basket containing a woman personifying wickedness. Immediately afterwards,
The stork? Is that the stork thing?
this is where the angel he's told to look inside the ephah. He looks inside the ephah. He sees that there's a woman there. And then and he's like, what is it? And then the angel's like, that's wickedness. That's the
woman.
harlot. That is the divine feminine.
The stork.
And the thing with Rael and Raelianism is they classify these Elohim to be fully balanced. Again, Yahweh, the Elohim that scooped up Rael,
Right.
this is their God that they claim. He had a beard, long hair, and he had an aura around his head. When you look at all the depictions of Jesus Christ in the Catholic Church, or even just, specifically, it's more majority towards Mary. Mary has that halo around her head, and she's a woman, and she's holding a child, which is like that combination of masculine and feminine energies coming together. Like, they don't even know that they're worshiping Lucifer and the spirit of Satan. They're worshiping that whole old Babylonian system. Nothing's changed under the sun, right? It's
Mhm.
just been repackaged and distributed in
Steven?
different ways.
I'm starting to think that you just hate women.
Women. Women.
Which
I-
woman?
Yeah, no.
Which
more
woman
than
are you
one of
talking
them. Are you
about?
saying
I
is an
hate-
individual one?
I hate
Hold on.
Lucifer. Lucifer personifies
Amen,
himself
bro.
as a woman through the worship of Venus and all this kind of stuff.
I
But-
know this has been very
Don't hate
contentious. Can
women.
we all agree for a moment though? Like Lucifer is a hoe.
Well, this is the interesting thing. But if you pull up that picture, right, with the still image of the music video,
Yeah. What are we looking at here?
Okay.
It's like a church. It's black
that,
choir.
That is the son of perdition. That is the Antichrist. And who are the two women behind him? This didn't make sense till this whole conversation. we were
Yeah,
He
having.
marries them.
Twin
He
brides.
marries them. But here's the thing. Here's how it all connects to the Antichrist worshiping the goddess. That's represented as the goddess, because later in that verse there in Zechariah, those women that are in the ephod, they are carrying, they have wind at their wings, and they have a basket, and they're sitting between heaven and earth. And the angel says that these are going into the land of Shinar, which was Babylon that was established. Babylon was established off of Inanna, Ishtar, Semiramis, all
Yeah.
this
Same
kind of
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
So the Raelians look at this and they define how Rael was reinterpreting this script here, or this scripture, is that these are two female angels that are represented only one time in the Bible. And so that's what they're going to believe when all this stuff comes back. Like when the Elohim come back, and with the Elohim come with the 40 prophets, which kind of lines up with Islam's eschatology, because Jesus does come back. And if they're saying that they're coming back with the 40 prophets, we might be able to see that as what's taking place in Matthew 24, where false Christs and false prophets will rise. This is in the time where war is happening, kingdom against kingdom, pestilences. I see all of that, the chaos, to bring together the new world order, to establish the worship of the harlot, to exalt the son of perdition after the fatal head wound, and to build a 10 king system. Like, Satan's coming here to mimic the millennial reign of Christ. Why? Because that's what he wants to do, to copy what God did in the beginning.
It's a timely interpretation from you, because this goes back even further than you think. So right before that that scene plays out, it's an alien sitting in the front pew. NASA astronauts come and they ice. They
you're talking about that music video.
Yeah, the music video.
Okay. Yeah, they evict him. He goes out, just gets dragged out. Then he comes back out and he takes his mask off, and he's a human being now. Now he's Travis Scott, the son of perdition. And then he's marrying these the two women. I
didn't say anything. Everything's fine. That's fine.
He's doing like that Elohim thing where the L is singular and the I am is plural. He's doing the two woman.
I see what's going on here.
Elohim. Where's
is
my
that
guitar?
a song?
Oh, they rule. Actually, I want to ask him another question. You still here? Okay, so you said no sex cult. That is meaty liars.
Okay, the media do be lying sometimes.
All right. Okay, fair. But what about the cloning?
They do
Well,
cloning.
He never addressed the cloning.
He's like, yo, we be
He's like,
cloning.
hey, we
though.
don't fuck,
This
but we
is
do be
the
cloning.
reason for the cloning,
We fuck the clones.
right?
And they're not people, so it doesn't count.
like cloning is their way of living forever. It's their Osiris ritual that they scientifically, objectively create.
Yeah,
right.
That makes sense.
So it's like, and that's what's going to happen when the whole world marvels and worships the beast. They're going to try, and then the image of the beast is created, and then there's the mark of the beast. You got to take that mark to go through the rebirth and the regeneration process that the Antichrist just went through. And to be like God, like him, you got to take this mark. And when you take this mark, you're actually plugged into a queen bee system.
Oh,
like,
Beyonce.
Oh, this is like a Racine, Wisconsin beehive sort of thing. It's like the highest concentration of Satanists. They have that on their flag. I like this idea. But let me tell you something though, Stephen. Let me tell you something here, brother.
Talk to him.
You got a problem, Matt?
You're right. What's the matter? Matt, what's going on?
No. What I wanted to say is that initially, like way back in the day when Ye was on Twitter, and you weren't on Twitter yet, and neither were you. You didn't even know what X was.
Check me out on Twitter.
Check him out on Twitter.
Check him out on Twitter.
Go
Show
follow
some
him.
love.
Stuff.
Hey, Raelian guy, do you subscribe to his Patreon?
Yeah, what the hell, Rail? No, he doesn't subscribe to anybody's Patreon. He's getting a free ride. That's what he's doing. He's doing the free, sign up for free and get some. So he'll be gone in 6
free
days.
ride here, boy.
Dude, if he was
Ain't no
here, he's
free
probably
ride.
a nice guy, man. You get the feeling he get like a caramel blender, maybe a cinnamon
There
roll.
he is. He says, Revelation 7:3, Rael baptize people with his hand on the forehead.
Here, I
Alright,
showed
whatever.
a picture of some ancient iconography of
Bring up that iconography.
of the queen and
Go
how
ahead
it's
now.
related to the goddess. So you can see, a picture here. I don't know if I could.
Oh,
zoom
the
in or whatever.
multitude of tits on
Right.
that thing. Yeah.
It's got the eggs, it's got the bee allegory
Yep.
symbolism all over it. But look, if you guys can take a look at this again, this is a little scratch paper I tried
What
to
is
draw.
that?
I
Okay?
love
Let's go.
that.
I went through. Can we see this? Can we?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we could see it, but can we discern it? I don't know.
No,
Who
not
deciphered?
10
Okay.
segments on there, huh?
I like it. Is
If
this
you-
a
if-
map of old Earth?
If you can imagine, the middle here is Babylon. It's the harlot.
Yes.
That's a city. Okay, and there's 7 hills in this city. When I was reading through Revelation 17, I was like, God told me just draw it out and you'll understand it better. And so this is the queen bee.
Okay.
And all the nations, all the peoples, because it sits on many waters as well. That's the full circle. But these are the 10 kings here and the 10 kingdoms.
Okay.
Why this is a exact counterfeit of Christ's millennial reign, and a good illustration of this is Katy Perry and the music video The Dark Horse.
Okay.
She's represented as Isis, Hathor, Ishtar, whatever, and she's sitting on top of the pyramid. And the people, the nations are all coming to her and giving them their offerings, which is like diamonds, precious jewels, and all of this, which the harlot we see in 17 is wearing.
Okay.
Which I think can also like be connected to a financial system, a monetary system, global control of electronic money of some sort. And so that's the queen bee system, is where everything is committed and fornicating and giving their allegiance to this this harlot. It's a religious system. We can see that's on the uprise with Gnosticism and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's like how a queen bee runs a colony, and how a queen. Let me see if I can bring this up.
By the way, I was my son was playing Spider-Man, and is like Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation. And there's like this one moment where there's a cutscene and there's graffiti on the wall behind him, and it's like there's a woman. And it's only half her face.
More than
only
one,
only one woman.
Okay.
And it's half
That's
of her
what woman
face
means. One.
is singular.
Are you sure?
Well, and only one eye is being shown, and then there's like a little eye in a triangle, and then there's like a bee next to it and a honeycomb and everything. And I'm like, it's really interesting because you have all this like divine feminine. There's the bee symbolism. There's the all-seeing eye kind of symbolism. And I'm like, you know what else I noticed? This is really fascinating. He's playing a scene, and Spider-Man's in a graveyard, an absence entirely of crosses. The only thing that exists instead of crosses on headstones is what's the phallic symbol? The
Obelisk.
Astropole.
Stop that. So
It's the same thing.
No, so the obelisk, which is fascinating because it's a symbol of the counterfeit Christ. That's what the obelisk represents, is the counterfeit Christ. It's the phallus of douchebag.
Well, let me say this before I
go
lose
ahead.
track again, because this is very important to this, especially with this Raelian shit, dude. This dude Pierre, Dr. Pierre, Rabbi, whatever his name, and you thought that he was getting away talking French to your boy to us. I just pressed the translate button. He was like, "Hey, these guys have an audience. Well, let's go over let's talk to them." Listen, there's a reason that this Raelian stuff is coinciding so nicely with the alien deception, with the man of perdition, with the end time stuff. Now check this out. This is very strange.
And after this, kick him out. He doesn't get access anymore because he's a fucking poor.
What did you say about him?
He's
Relax,
a fucking
man.
poor.
He's probably a nice guy, dude. It just depends where you get your information from.
Let me tell you something. You're in our chat. You're speaking French. That's fucking gay. You crossed the line.
Yeah, who can argue with that?
That's you crossed the line. All right, that's crazy.
That's
Don't do French around here.
That's the last straw. But let me tell you this. This is crazy.
Du fromage. Thank you, Panda.
Bro, let's go.
That just means cheese omelet.
Kanye West was going ham on the Jews for a long time. This is like back, like when Elon had first brought Twitter, and Elon made a big deal saying, "We're not going to ban anybody from Twitter. This is free speech, blah, blah, blah."
Yep.
The only person that he suspended at that time, like the first person, was Kanye West. He suspended him. Now let's check out this article.
Why did he suspend him?
Well, let's check out why.
Check it out.
Actually quite interesting. So Kanye West leaked messages showing Elon Musk had told him that he's gone too far after a certain tweet before suspending his Twitter account for promoting his presidential campaign with a swastika. Incorrect. Another Jewish lie from the BuzzFeed News. Sorry, Matt. I know you're very upset about it.
I know he's a big fan of BuzzFeed.
Well,
he's a
I'll
big
tell
fan
you
of
this,
BuzzFeed.
man.
Hold on. Let's see who wrote
ahead,
this. Go. Layla Muhammad.
Muhammad? Are you kidding me?
Well, this is a crazy tie-in, because in the Travis Scott music video, Kanye West is sitting there in the choir chairs or
Steven,
whatever.
do you want to see the tweet?
Show,
It
well, we
wasn't-
might
oh my
get
gosh.
banned off of
I don't care.
Buzzsprout.
Here we go.
Check it out. Here it is.
Here we go.
Before we do the big reveal, yay, love for everyone. # love speech. Check this out.
Blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
my goodness!
There it is.
Listen to this. Kanye West just dropped a
Do you
new
know what
song.
sign that is?
The
That's the
swastika's
same-
been used for like
that's the Raelian code
centuries
sign.
before.
That's the Raelian logo.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm just saying a swastika's been used for like centuries.
Yeah, it
and
represents
thousands of
right,
the
years.
right.
procession of the equinox. It's
Yeah,
time.
we have one right back
What
here. It's
that
fine.
symbol was to mean back then, before it was
The
criticized
Star of Remphan with the
you know,
swastika, like, who
everything in
cares?
Germany and all that.
Who cares?
But
So you
hear
mean
me
to
out.
tell me that there's a star of Remphan with a swastika inside of it? You mean to tell me a guy made that? That's what you sound like all
Sorry,
the time.
go ahead.
You're
Steven.
not that sharp.
No,
today.
but that symbol is to mean it's almost like a Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
A symbol where it's kind of like the ultimate symbol for all of creation.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the signature of God or something. And guess what they decided to switch it to after this? It's a spiral in the middle of it now.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, they
Wait,
try to
so
obfuscate a little bit.
is Peter Thiel homies with the Raelian cult? Is that what that guy's saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they're all in on the
By the
Raelian
way,
cult,
this
man.
is the same symbol that fat bitch Danielle
Whoa,
has tattooed on her
Relax,
forehead and on her
man.
boobs.
On her
Relax,
forehead?
dude.
I think so. I couldn't tell. There was a lot of forehead. I didn't get a chance to look at it all, but I'm pretty
just
sure
saying,
I saw.
Isn't it interesting?
Yep.
He said a number of things. Kanye was going crazy and things that I wouldn't even say on Twitter about like Jews and about all kinds of stuff. He was posting.
I think since then you've
He
said
was
it. though.
posting black porn.
Okay,
Like,
that's
Do
crazy.
you remember that?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was
right?
crazy.
I heard about it on the media. And
What
stuff.
are we talking about? I thought
I-
we were in Hebrew.
You mean
We're
to tell
being
me that a
realistic.
guy was
going on
posting
right now?
We're
sexual
calling out the
intercourse?
Raelian cult.
This guy was posting hardcore pornography, and then he posted that
Of
symbol
who?
there.
Of what race? Say it, Raven.
The blacks.
It was black.
Yeah,
What do you want me to say?
every
man?
time. Can you read
You
Hebrews?
instigated that. What you want?
I'm just saying, you guys don't find it interesting that he posts this symbol and Elon Musk goes, whoa, 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 little too far.
Right.
Elon, the same dude that's probably doing cloning, doing some
Mhm.
kind of weird,
Worshiping the
vitro-
same thing.
obsessed with the stars
Oh yeah.
and things like that. And I'm like, you're a little too close to home with this logo here, Kanye West. I gotta get you off of
Okay.
here.
So
Very
about
Well,
We
Well,
gotta get the
here-
pores out
here-
here because he's
here.
still in here and he's getting free access to our stuff, and I find it disgusting because he was speaking French. You said he was speaking French, right?
He was speaking French.
I find it disgusting, and so we have to kick him out.
Infinity and time and space.
I'm sorry, guys. To the pores, we were gonna let you watch
There's
longer.
no such thing
He's
as
a
time or
disgusting
space.
Frenchman who loves Rael.
You're out of here,
Rael.
dog.
This is interesting with Kanye West because again, he's in the Travis Scott music video.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Kanye West is a Raelian member. I think that
Ooh,
Travis Scott is a
that's interesting.
Raelian member, and I think they're through the revelation of the method are showing this stuff in music videos. This is what artists do, right? And what's interesting about Kanye, he just dropped a new song, and it's called it's called King,
King, okay.
right?
With an A or an
Now
I?
hear me out.
Kang.
Just K-I-N-G.
Okay.
So what's
never be too
crazy
short
about
these
this
days.
is Travis Scott just released a song as well, and that's called Father. Okay.
Okay,
So I think both of those
interesting.
titles are connecting to each other. And in the beginning of the song, it opens up and it says this, and I wrote this down on the way here because I was listening to it, and it just buzzword.
Driving and writing.
Right?
Unbelievable. You
It-
text
it-
like a crazy person when you drive.
It
to him.
sounds like a pastor, like a pastor's like giving a sermon, right? And Kanye's music has that throughout it. And so it says, "This is the new dawn, the new day.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time for nature and all her glory.
There you go.
Make you her king."
Make you
Which
her
then
king.
ties into the Travis Scott music video where he's marrying the two women that are the angels in Zech, or not the
Damn.
angels. They're just the two women that are the divine feminine. Like they established Babylon. Babylon exalted Semiramis, through the whole Osiris ritual and all.
Which
that
song
kind
is
of stuff.
that had that in there?
This
that was
is called
Kang's. Oh, King.
King, yeah.
Okay.
King.
And right after it
we
says,
was-
"Make
we was-
you the king."
Mm.
Interesting.
So it's like-
Interesting.
Again, all the big part
Yeah,
with
this
the
is,
divine.
the time is now, right now. This is the hour. This is the new dawn. This is the new day. Now is the time for nature and all her glory to have named you her king. She has named you the king. Interesting. All right. Yeah. That is a
Like this is what I found out in the mythologies. Like what is the connection with the divine feminine goddess and her child? And in the Egyptian mythology, you have Osiris, Isis, Horus, right? Well, the big part that Isis plays is she is the one that is able to bring the spirit of Osiris from the underworld and to put it in her child. That correlates when the Antichrist takes the fatal head wound,
Where are you going, dude?
but then is raised up from the grave of some sort,
Right,
right? Like the whole
right.
world's marveling at this. And they're going to turn to the harlot because the harlot was able to reincarnate him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
when they
whole
do the
world,
miracles
the whole
and
world's going to
stuff.
be like, can we do that as well? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can, but here's the mark.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like buy into the, Satan wants you to buy into his false Eden, which will connect you to what I believe is the true demiurge. You plug yourself into this system, that's the real prison planet because there's no coming back. The people that have the mark are casted into the lake of fire.
Those are going to be the ones that wish for death but can't receive it.
Exactly. You know, it's pretty deep, like when you think of this, but yeah, Hebrews.
Real quick, before we do Hebrews, sorry about how this is going, but this is the kind of show that we're gonna do.
What? This is like the OG. This is like everybody loves this.
Yeah, but
bro.
Steven's never
Jason's
been part
here.
of this.
Like, I mean, this is like the OG
Oh, hey,
days.
Jason,
Yeah,
what's up,
like,
man?
let's go, bro.
Come have a seat. I don't have another mic for you, but you can come hang out. It's just gotten a little crazy today. It's Jamie Walden's fault.
No,
But
he was mad at
I
me
think-
for being friends with Joe Brown. He doesn't want to admit it, but like,
Who's Joe Brown?
Joe Brown is my guy in Georgia.
That's
We went
what I keep
turkey hunting
saying.
with him
Who
this
is- who is
weekend.
Joe Brown?
Top's like, no, I'm friends with him on the internet. You can't be friends with him in real life. He's my friend first. You know, because Top's like, you just walked right into this. Me and Raven built this whole thing, and we have all these fans.
Let me
you
tell you
just
something. Let me tell you
inherited
something. Let me
it.
tell you
And I'm like,
something.
no,
Tell him
I'm
something.
grateful for that.
Wait,
Joe-
let me tell you something real quick.
Joe is
Wait,
using you
wait.
to get to us.
Before you start, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's that, brother?
Jason, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want you to know that Joe is using you to get to us. He doesn't
Yeah.
Do
actually
you see what I'm
like you.
saying? See what I'm saying?
No,
You're like
I-
very hostile about it.
I just
Because
didn't-
I'm
I
like
had
a
a-
friend in real life. Like I'll show up and turkey hunt, hang out with your family,
Not
go
to
to
my
your church.
kids. To my kid's birthday
And
party.
these
though?
guys are like,
No.
no, we're only friends on the internet.
not to his son's birthday though. Interesting.
Did you ever hear Jason's episode when he was on Neff to America? When he
No.
wrote his story in?
That show is called NDS Chronicles.
That's what I said,
And
dude.
you're
Not
you're
on
a
it.
real mess for that. You're a real mess.
Hebrews.
Can you get to reading?
Well,
Please?
no, let's go back. It was about 77 chats back. The guy said the Colossians 1 passage, which
no, we
I'm,
kicked him out.
which I'm glad. Well, it was another guy. I don't know. He's
right.
talking about Jesus that said, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and has translated us into the kingdom of his dear son. So we were in a dark kingdom. Now we're in a kingdom of light,
Mhm.
in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. This is Jesus, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. Right. So people tie that and say, oh, look, God made him. No, that's talking about the resurrection. He's the firstborn of the dead. We'll be resurrected too, but he was the first to be resurrected.
Mhm.
In that sense, he's the firstborn of the dead. He's not like, what would that mean? It says God, the firstborn of every creature. So people will say like, yeah, God the Father created Jesus. That's not what that's referring to. It's talking about the resurrection. So we're all going to have resurrected bodies. And in this Hebrews passage, it talks about us being his brothers. He's the firstborn from the dead, and then so are we, and we're all brothers now. We're born again. Jesus was born in the earth to Mary. God raised him out of the dead, and in a weird sense, it's like born again for us, like two births. Like we have a birth, and then we're born again, and we become the sons of God when we're born again. So it's like there's this whole thing that people are misunderstanding and thinking that like Jesus is this creation. Because then, like, yeah, Satan would be his brother, or like other.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing, or any of these other
Do you think
Elohim
when
would
you-
be his brother, but it says we are his brothers.
You think when you get your resurrected body, your ears are still gonna look like that?
I'm not gonna do this with you, dude.
Damn,
No, I don't
dog.
like when you're like, oh yeah, man,
Hold
it's
on,
so
wait,
good
we
to
need
have
the
you
button.
back, dude. It's not the same without you. And then when I come on, you just do the trash talk. I'm not gonna tell everybody about the deep things we talk about on the phone when you call me for 45 minutes at night. Yeah, I'm not. You want me to bring those up? I'm not gonna bring it up.
Bring it up.
Answer the question. Do you think your ears are still gonna look like
It'd probably
that?
be a
when you get
little.
your
I hope
resurrected
so.
A little closer to his head.
I hope so.
body? You think that you'll
Bro,
you'll
when
have
I'm
like
turkey
a
hunting,
hook and link, like
when I'm turkey hunting, dude.
Velcro?
Joe Brown's like, no, I didn't hear that gobbler. I'm like, bro, it's 723 yards.
No,
I
he
know
said
right where
I
it
didn't
is."
see that gobbler because your ears are in the way.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's 2 in a row. Do you know how rare that is? I don't think I've ever hit 2 in a row back to back.
Back to back.
Bangers.
All right, we're back in Hebrews.
So
So
you-
anyway, go ahead.
No, so you again, that what is being described there is the true meaning of being born again. And what the Antichrist is going to come and do, and he's going to go through this process of being born again, twice born. Again, in the mythologies, you can see who that is portrayed to, and it's portrayed towards Dionysus. And Dionysus is the figure of like the same parallel with Horus, Thor, on and on and on. And Zeus, takes a wife called Semis or something. I think that's how you say it. And, they have a son called Dionysus. But this is the interesting thing. This is where the word of God is like just exploding out at me. Zeus sews Dionysus in his thigh. The name of Dionysus, pretty much, in his thigh, right?
It's interesting.
Well, when you get in Revelation, who is the real one that has
A tattoo
the
on
true
his thigh.
name on his thigh? The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords,
Amen.
Jesus Christ, coming back with a sword and just coming to judge
Is that the name?
all of the things that have counterfeited him.
Right.
You know
is
what
that
I'm
the
saying?
name that like nobody knows that he comes back with? Or
Well,
that's on his crown.
It's like
right?
a white stone that nobody will know the name on it except for them, right? Except for him. Yeah, what is that? It's a white stone. I think it's in that same
that's kind of
passage.
crazy because the Kybele cult, the mother goddess cult in the Phrygian times, they
You got the
worshipped a
Blue Letter
white
Bible?
stone,
White stone.
that they contributed to Kybele, the mother goddess.
Okay.
So it's like, again, like the word of God is constantly showing authority or backhanding
Yeah.
Satan and his
Doing
counterfeit.
it the right way.
Doing it the right way.
So yeah. There's
It's
a
the
counterfeit.
truth.
That's why
Yeah.
I had a conversation with somebody, or I was trying to. There's been one guy in my comment section for a long time, and he has been really aggressively trying to debate like every topic about biblical, concepts or God or Jesus or any of these things. And I've been kind of trying to be patient with him instead of calling him a faggot and keeping it going.
It's the wrong move, dude.
Well, it's interesting because he's having a lot of fascinating conversations with people that support the show.
Yeah, burn him.
And one of the things that he says today, he's just like, why then does the Bible contain so many stories that precede the Bible? And it's like, it's a really
That precede the Bible?
precede. I use the right word, right? Precede. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
they
before.
happened before it was
Yeah,
written.
And I'm trying to explain to him,
It's
like,
like the
because
law of first mention.
Yeah, well, no, it's just like God
Which is
sat
a
Moses
fallacy
down
at
and said,
that.
hey,
right,
write this
by
down.
virtue of being first, therefore this is correct. And it's
Right.
like, no, this is a counterfeit. And you
Right.
have to get into this entire counterfeit description and how many things are attempting to fulfill prophecy or make it look like they're doing it. But like you said, God comes along and does it the right way and sort of backhands them over and over again.
Backhands them. Yeah. It's hilarious. Even just Moses on Mount Sinai. What's interesting there is the goddess is always kind of has this representation of knowledge, wisdom, all this kind of stuff that we can point back to the serpent in the garden. But also in Greek mythology, you have God, you've got Prometheus with the fire, but then you've also got, goddesses. I think it's Artemis with the fire,
Mhm.
right? And so that's the counterfeit is that Satan with the symbology of the fire, it's kind of like wisdom and knowledge. But then when God becomes and presents himself as fire, as the burning bush, he writes the 10 commandments.
Right.
And that's the true knowledge, the
That's the
true
backhand.
wisdom. That's the backhand.
the
And it's on
backhand.
top of a mountaintop,
Yeah.
which the mother goddess was always worshipped
Yep.
as high places and mountains and all this
Actually,
stuff.
so Rael is on a mountaintop with fire. He's on a volcanic mountaintop where he encounters this Elohim. So again, the high place, the
Yeah.
fire, you have this replication. But we're gonna pull that up. Don't look at me like that, man.
Like
He's-
what?
He's doing
I
a,
know
he's
so
doing a
much
lot
about
of
that.
like,
Yeah.
what you guys don't see is every time the camera's not on him, he's giving me the finger.
I'm
and
not
all this
gonna
other
No,
read
stuff.
not. You're like my buddy, dude. What are
Man,
you
you
talking
could
about?
go ahead and read it because my reading's poor.
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto
He
the
had
churches.
that big ears. What?
I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this.
To him that overcomes, it's not that funny. To him that overcomes, will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knows except him that receives it.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's gangster, bro.
That is pretty. That is the most gangster sentence. Like to have a name that nobody else knows.
And I know Top likes to make fun of me. Sorry to cut you off, but you need to be cut off right
He
here
does a
because
lot of
you're like,
cutting off,
you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, Matt says like he knows the Bible.
He
And
acts
you-
like that's a
and
novelty.
then you
That
ask
doesn't
him
happen all
about
the time.
passages, and Matt goes, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know." Like, yeah, I'm okay with a passage like that, saying like, "This is mysterious, dude. This is
Yeah,
God.
dog, it
I don't
says-
know."
It
Like,
says no man knoweth.
yeah, I just don't want to be some guy that's like, "Oh yeah,
If you
here's,
say- like, if you
here's
didn't say, "I
exactly
don't
what
know."
happens when that happens." Like, no, I don't know. I don't think anybody knew what was going on the first time Jesus came, and I think it's a little silly to act like you know exactly how it's going to go down the second time. Like, we don't know. We can make some guesses and stuff, but God's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve, and he does stuff that like you think this is how it lays out in the scripture, but then it's different.
Well, what's the mythology of Artemis that you said with the white stone? What does
So-
that mean?
So no, she had fire, but
Okay.
I mean,
The Phrygian mythology.
yeah. So Kybele, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kybele is like this mother goddess, and her consort / husband child is Attis, which I think could be paralleled with Donald Trump right now. Addis was.
Be careful, we have Trump supporters here.
Was it's okay. This is.
You love
This is,
Trump.
this
You
is
know
just
you do.
me putting together
I don't blame
a
you.
bunch of facts, and you piece them together as you will. But Addis was, again, Cabelli raises him and constantly regenerates his life over and over and over because there's like a back and forth jealousy between the two, and he castrates himself, which it resembles the same thing of what we see in Revelation with the fatal head wound. He dies, and then Cabelli raises him and gives him life once again. And so just think of that as the Osiris ritual over and over and over again, right? What's interesting about just all of this stuff in the mythologies, I found this to be the most interesting. And maybe this might be the location of where this harlot is going to be. And when I'm digging into the Greater Israel Project and I'm digging into Kushner's master plan,
Again, be
in
very
Gaza,
careful. People get very upset about this
Be
topic.
careful with that map too, because it looks like the centerpiece, the beehive, if you will, is actually Top's house. But go ahead.
I mean, in Daniel 11:45, it's showing us where the tabernacle, where the estate, and where this city is going to be, that this king is going to rule from. And it says that it's in between the seas and the holy mountain. And so when you generalize that, Gaza could be this place. It could be what Kushner is trying to rebuild there, which could be in a different it's going to be in a different location than where, Jesus is going to come back and rule from with a rod of iron and all of this stuff, which I find it funny. It's like Satan is like, yeah, I can't do it in this location because the real God's coming. So let me just build it right here. And what's interesting about the Gaza project, it's in the territory of the Greater Israel Project. When you compare ancient Babylon in that region at that, back in the day, you could see that it parallels nice with the Babylonian jurisdiction and the perimeter of their kingdom and the Greater Israel Project map. And they both line up side by side. And so where the harlot may sit might be in that Gaza city. Why do I say that? Because when I was listening to Kushner talk about it in a presentation that he gave when this is the whole Board of Peace thing, right? The whole Trump thing that was going on and stuff. He calls it a master plan. But Gaza will have 7 residential areas.
Oh, that's interesting.
And on the map that he was showing, it's highlighted in yellow, which these could be like the 7 hills. Who knows exactly?
Right.
I don't really know what they want to put there. They could be putting some sort of like artificial super intelligence that the whole world gives their allegiance to, because look at what they're doing with artificial intelligence right now. They're integrating it in our lives. They're building a whole platform of interconnectedness and the Internet of Things and all this. And it's like, if this is going to be like ancient Babylon, then there needs to be a tower there. There needs to be a ziggurat. There needs to be something there, that'll represent this whole new religion and how to get connected with this divine feminine spirit and all of this.
This is supposed to be, these 7 residential areas are supposed to be in Gaza, you said?
Yeah, the Gaza master plan. Yeah, you might be able to pull up a map of it.
That's what I'm trying to find, a map that'll
it's kind of funny. There's a very funny Section 8 joke in there, and I can't figure it out right now.
Oh, man.
Gaza master plan. Okay, yeah, so it is this one. I've seen it a couple times.
I also know, I just read today that they're celebrating. They celebrated last night, the people in Israel, because they passed the death penalty law for the Palestinians that are in their internment camps or just slave
let's
camps.
go.
Yeah, what would you call it? Concentration camps? They're
I
concentrating
think so, yeah.
very hard on how they're going to kill them.
Right.
And they're doing the hey hava.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, I think it's kind of their
well,
time
they had
to shine, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's bring this up. This is the image of the Gaza master plan.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Remove that and pop that up. Okay, there we go. This is the correct image,
so
right?
This sits in between the seas and the holy mountain, right? And this again has 7 residential areas or locations in the area.
That's interesting.
Which, I mean, hey, I don't know.
Nobody thinks that map is a little inappropriate looking.
What if
it's
that
like a gun?
Like, what if Kushner is going to bring there the headquarters of the Board of Peace, where then the 10 kings will be kind of
right,
brought into that whole part of Revelation 17.
Rafa, Can Eunice, Rafa 2, Can Eunice 2. Damn, they really didn't think of the names too much, huh?
Yeah, they're going to rename it. They're placeholder names.
Right.
No big
Center
problem.
camps and Gaza City. Huh. Interesting. I wonder, and when do they hope to implement this sort of a thing?
Well, Kushner said it wouldn't take any longer than 3 years for the whole thing to be done.
Wow.
So
That's fast.
Yeah, which I mean, if tribulation has started like right now with this wars and rumors of wars that we're kind of seeing, it's funny that he says 3 years because it's been 6 months since the start of the war. So that would be 3.5 years.
And deception is a key marker of all that too. He says right in the beginning of that Matthew 24 passage, before he even says the wars and rumors of war and pestilence and stuff like this, he says, let no man deceive you. That's how he opens up. Let no man deceive you. Then he says a little later, don't let any false prophets deceive you. And like, we do live now, like in the highest time of deception, it seems like ever. But I'm not saying that like 20 years from now, it can't be even more deception. It just seems like the days are just going to get more and more and more deceptive.
I was telling my dad that. He's like, man, this got to be the end times. And I'm like, I think it can get worse.
Every generation says
crazier.
that. Every generation says this is the craziest it's ever been. I can't imagine it going beyond this.
I could imagine it.
Oh, I definitely could.
Same.
Yeah.
But I also think that we're uniquely positioned historically for the first time that we can create all this stuff. Like we could destroy the entire planet. We can create an engineered pestilence that wipes we could big bomb the entire planet.
While wearing a bowling shirt. Like, it's like, that's the incredible thing. It's like 200 years ago, they didn't have shirts like that.
It's true.
That's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
Do you want to read Hebrews or what do we do?
I just feel like it would be a great move if he could just...
Okay, so I know the chat went wild though, because we got into Jesus not being born, not being created. He's resurrected. That's why in that sense he's begotten. We talked about the triune nature of God. Some people go off the rails with that. But Sparrow Knows Bear I love, and she's my buddy, and we talk on text and stuff. So I know she's kind of like doesn't do the whole triune nature of God thing, but I love her anyway. Like it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to claim that I understand.
It's not like Arnie, who's like mean and nasty. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
she just has a keen insight
tough.
to your nature, and
It's hurtful though.
Amy,
it's
and
like,
she's from New Jersey, and she's very nice. Now, what?
She should come down here and hang out. I feel like we would be buddies.
Well, if
she
you
was
weren't
in
here, she
person.
probably would come and hang out.
Do you guys think it's definitely a chick named Amy and it's not a dude named Arnie?
Yeah, it's Amy's my personal friend.
Man, dude, Pierre emailed me.
What did he say?
He's like,
Let's
what are you
go,
doing hanging out
Pierre.
with these? Rael has a great plan for your life.
Hold on,
what
before
are you
you
doing?
read it, before you read it.
Damn.
What did he say?
Damn,
Oh man. He says, goodbye, Stephen. I will not bother you anymore. You know where to contact me. I do not block you. Your friends at NDS preferred to tell lies instead of a friendly discussion.
Wait.
what
You're
are they
the
doing?
same guy that was
Peace
in the
be
chat?
with you. It's the same
Yeah.
guy.
Oh.
No, I mean, hey, peace be with you too, brother. But just listen to what we're saying.
Yeah. Well, what lies did we spread? We may have spread
articulate-
lies.
Again, that's the whole thing of what they're doing with culture. They want to build this demiurge idea or this label over Christianity. You know, they want it to be something that they can go to war with when their king gets here.
I just don't remember the lie part. Which lie did we?
I told the truth.
All right.
Oh, well,
Fine.
yeah. I mean,
No.
it is what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what needs to happen is we'll select the champion, and Rael can select the champion, and we'll send them to battle one another, and whoever dies, the people of the losing camp will be subjugated, made into slaves, and mostly killed. But if
Steven,
they convert to Christianity,
I wanted
we'll
to
let
ask
them live.
you a question. Could you understand possibly why our
Absolutely
friend
not.
Amy doesn't like Matt? Could you, but like just in your head, conceptualize the idea
Yeah.
that somebody might not like Matt?
Yeah.
And
Somebody who's like good at thinking, really
here-
cool, really based,
been here from the jump,
been here from the jump.
day one.
I don't care if she's got a crush on me. I'm just saying it can't be like second grade where you're like mean to the guy that you think's cute. It's like,
No, she never addresses him. She goes, "Is Matt on?"
That's true.
Shit. And then she
oh,
goes,
she hates it, bro. Yeah, she hates when I'm on. It's crazy. I kind of like reading her stuff because it's kind of hilarious, but it's brutal.
Amy's
the gay death.
no, that's the champion. She's talking about the champion.
She
Fight
should
to
come
the
down
gay
here.
death.
Yeah.
What is the gay death? Oh no! All right, so can you please read Hebrew? Stop, man.
Yeah, we're
you
back.
just keep
We're verse
doing
6,
this thing.
verse 6.
An egg in these trying times?
Well,
maybe?
no, it's just we brought that passage up and it stirred up a lot about the triune nature of God. It stirred up a lot about Jesus being born. Okay, so here
Okay.
we go. So we're in verse 6. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, and let all the angels of God worship him.
Okay.
Right? Now that I think is a reference to the first begotten when he was born to Mary, because we know in Luke's account, the angels come and sing and worship him, right? It's Luke 2:13 and 14.
Is that a KJV?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like brought from the spirit realm into the natural realm, right? That's verse 6. Again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, when God the Father brings Jesus into the world, born of Mary, those angels show up and worship him. They tell the shepherds, go worship, go see him. He saith, and let all the angels of God worship him. And of the angels, he saith, who makes his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. So they're the angels are spirits and they're flames of fire. They're ministers.
They're flaming.
Yes. But under the sun, he saith, thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. He's saying, he's just drawing the difference between Jesus and angels. Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. Thou hast loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore, God, even thy God, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. These are all references to Psalms.
Okay.
And thou, Lord, in the beginning, why did you say it like that? I just feel like you're up to something right now.
I don't know what the issue
And
is.
thou,
I'm
Lord,
reading-
in
I'm
the
reading
beginning has laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the works of thine hands. They shall perish, the earth and heavens. This is when everybody's like so busy with their 401k and like buying all their stuff and got a big house and a fancy car. Yeah, they're all gonna perish. All those things are gonna burn up.
I like when they say wax.
Yeah, same. And the heavens are the works of thine hands. They shall perish, but you remain.
Okay.
And they all shall wax old as doth a garment.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they all shall wax old as doth a bowling shirt. And as a vesture, shall thou fold them up, and they shall be changed, bro. So like the current heavens and earth is just going to be like rolled up and changed like an outfit. It's going to be changed.
I know an outfit that needs to be changed.
Okay.
No, you guys are all about the exteriors, dude. I'm all about it's like what's on the inside that counts. You guys are always like, oh, Matt, your clothes are so stupid. You wear the same shoes every day. I'm like, you guys sound like chicks, dude. And as a vesture shall thou fold them up, and they shall be changed. Sorry to be so hostile today. I shouldn't be like this.
You're hostile? I didn't even notice.
I'm really grateful to be here.
It's just I get it. Amy has not look what she says. She's
What
Yeah.
are
right.
you saying now?
I'm just looking at what she's saying. I'm like, she's got a point.
She's right.
Yeah.
She's great. I wish she'd come here and visit, man.
I
feel
not
like
as
we'd have
long
a
as
good
you're here.
time. I feel like we'd have a great time.
I like when I see that Jesus, right, when he dies, right, and he's in Hades or hell or the underworld, and he's preaching the gospel to everything that's there pretty much. That's another backhand, because when you study the Egyptian mythologies, it's like he's going down there and he's just preaching the gospel to Osiris, and he's like, I'm the real king, I'm the real God, I've got the keys.
That's how I read it too. He's not like preaching to them a message of salvation.
No,
he's
he's showing
going
his
there and like
authority.
he's giving them the middle finger and saying,
Right,
you
because-
guys thought you had me. I'm in the
Right.
realm of the dead, but guess what? I'm coming out.
right. And
You
I-
guys are staying.
And ultimately, I think that's why the dragon goes to war with the woman in Revelation 12, right? Like it's because when they get their time to come here to earth, right? There's a great war in heaven. I think that Satan's casted down here. I think his fallen angels are casted down here, and they're gonna try and fulfill all this stuff, right, of Revelation, but try to be a counterfeit, right? And yeah, I just see it as like God is continuously just backhanding the mythologies in their false worship of a triune God or whatever, right?
This
Like,
is
constantly.
It is not a stumbling block, but it is this like major sticking point for people that don't want to entertain the idea that the Bible is true,
Israel
is real, and
is real gay.
and what they'll end up doing is they'll constantly point
What?
to the idea that this is just a reinterpretation. This is we talk about it a lot. This is the thing that Zeitgeist 2012, that film, did a number on people that are, they're within this
Framework.
well, no, not framework. What I mean to say is in this community that they're pursuing the truth and they're trying to understand things. And then what happens is, you take something that is true. This story is retold. Maybe you could say that throughout all these different mythologies, but you misunderstand its nature. You
Mhm.
misunderstand the nature of the thing that you're looking at, which you interpreted it as is just the same characters being renamed over and over again, or maybe an analogy for the way that the sun or the stars move across the sky. But in reality, the proper framework is a copycat,
Mhm.
a piss poor attempt at doing what God planned on doing.
Yeah, and again, it all comes from the garden. There's with the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, both have theology, right? It's not just that they're symbolic for.
You're touching on something here.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Well, I feel like this is what's going on in the modern church. I think you guys even allude to it now too, about how, like, I think the Raven actually alludes to it, that like you can be in church and just spend all your time arguing with the other church people over doctrine. And this is like tree of knowledge stuff. Like it's been said before that like there's two different kinds of knowledge in the church, right? There's like tree of knowledge stuff where you just want to like win debates, win arguments. And then there's tree of life stuff, bro, where it's like life and God. Like that's what you're going for. Like you're reading a Bible, you're praying, you're just wanting to have life in God. You're wanting to have your life cultivated and developed in Christ. And then there's this other thing that's just tree of knowledge information that you can like win debates.
Well, think of it this way too. Like the tree of life is the word of God. And then you have the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is where all these mythologies and the mystery religion come from. Because when you see that Cain, when he was casted out and when he was sent away, he traveled into the land of Nod, which means out east. And when you find the roots, like the very first depictions of any worship, of any kind of paganism or monotheism,
Click it.
you can see that it started in the Paleolithic age, up in the region where Cain went and started building his cities and all of this stuff.
That's interesting.
Like look at the flood.
This is
for
saying like
example.
these ideas are seeded by the bitterness of Cain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And how many wives did he have?
Too many.
2.
Which
Didn't
is
he
too
have
many.
2 wives? Too many.
I got my hands full with one.
Do you see how that kind of falls in line with Zechariah?
Yeah.
The 2 women that went and started.
Oh, that's
cities.
interesting. Yeah.
You see it with the music video. You see how that kind of ties in all that
That's
stuff?
fascinating.
Great point.
So
That's an intriguing thing too. Like, because as far as that part of the story, we've got Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel, and then Cain goes and starts a city.
like look at the bloodlines.
Where's all the people coming from?
But look at the bloodlines. You have Cain's bloodline versus Seth's bloodline.
Right.
Seth's bloodline called upon the name of the Lord. They stuck to that theology. They believed in the truth. And the other side of it is just the counterfeit that was at war with God. God's
It's wild
at war
too,
with
'cause
it.
Cain doesn't even realize he's been granted this mercy. You know, he's been given this mark so that he wouldn't be murdered, but there had to be some sort of punishment. So he's outcasted, and then he goes off and doesn't recognize the mercy of God in the mark that he's been given and the fact that he's allowed to continue on.
Great point.
But he does still go on and maybe potentially plant the seeds that lead to all this Babylonian mystery teachings and shit that we're still subjected to today.
Yeah,
Which
and-
is this
and-
Bible study crushes.
Dude.
You
We rule, dude.
It's a
Sorry.
little
Amy's
different,
so
but it's
right,
good.
dude. Cain sucks, dude. Amy with another.
Amy's the best. Is
Well,
that the
well-
same Amy or a different Amy?
Look at Genesis. Like Cain dies.
Yes, I do, Amy.
I like that one. Keep bringing that one up.
Shout out Amy.
Um,
You know, but Cain dies. And what I think is going on there with Cain and his wives and his children, that's where the whole
thing is born.
mythology is born. He dies, and then his children are constantly trying to reincarnate. Like,
so,
the
do you think
spirit of
that Cain
and-
has a knowledge of God's plan? I mean, this is
He drank the
still
seed?
it's still there in the Mazzaroth, right?
I
Like
th-
it's still written in the stars in its
he knows
earliest,
about it?
right? So he knows how to twist it.
But this gets into like the serpent seed stuff, where Cain was the theory, right, of the serpent seed is that he was the offspring from
right.
the serpent in the garden, and naturally he'll go to him because that's his father, that's his God.
Right.
Rather than going, when God would not accept any of the offerings that Cain was giving. Cain was giving offerings. God looked at him as an abomination because he didn't believe that that was his God.
Yeah, it wasn't in
He
faith,
believed in
right.
another God. He believed in Lucifer, Satan, and he went out and started all this mystery
I
religion.
think it's
and
in
all this.
Hebrews where it says that Abel brought it by faith.
That's a good
So it
question.
wasn't a matter of what the sacrifice was. It was that Cain didn't bring it in faith.
Where did Cain's wives come from?
Wait,
If
who
we're
said
talking
that?
about
Who asked this
pre-Adamites, I am gay.
Okay.
That's it. I am
What's
gay.
that top?
I am gay.
We know.
Separate. Where did Cain's wives come from?
That's what I always ask, bro.
Just banging his.
They just start a city.
Well,
He just goes out. Who builds a city if there's not people? Like, what do you? Like,
I do.
Well, look,
fair point. an accurate one.
I do.
I mean, I've put some thought into this too, because that question kind of arises. Was
Yeah.
there the day 6 civilization
Sure.
living outside of the garden, right?
Pre-Adamite memories.
Don't say that, dude.
Fighting with my human form.
Don't say.
slapping.
Beating the shit out of fire demons.
Yeah.
All right.
But that could be that the whole world that was outside of the garden was worshiping Lucifer in this style of matriarchy or whatever. Because look, Venus goes all the way back to 40,000 BCE. You know, that's a pretty long time ago, man.
Yeah.
And then when people line up the timeline of just biblical chronology, they say it's 6,000 years or something.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, again, it's a very interesting topic, and I don't really know where I sit with it. I go right to scripture, and I just believe in the timeline there. But it is an interesting thing to think about. Where did he get his wives and all this kind of stuff?
Who he was blapping?
Well, Top brought up the word for made and create, those being two different words earlier. Bara, like whatever the
bara being the singular form for created.
Yeah, there's a created and there's a made, and he's using two different Hebrew words in that very beginning right there. Not to mention, like, you have the Adam and Eve story, and it's not just different from what's spoken about on the 6th day.
But Matt, you didn't find that completely disingenuous from a Hebrew speaker that's going to mistranslate something in order to push a narrative? Like, this is very clear.
I wasn't paying attention when you were doing that. I was trying to think about like what kind of witty little attacks I was going to have on you today during the
Nothing.
show.
They had
Come on.
nothing. Yeah.
So,
Kind
all
of
that-
crazy.
all that
But
brainstorming.
so man is made, is spoken into existence in the 6th day, right? All before that, the earth, animals are brought forth, flying animals, land animals, all this stuff. It's all spoken into existence, right? You have all this, and the last thing that's spoken into existence on the 6th day is man.
Okay.
Okay. Then you start rolling into the story of Adam and Eve, and not only are they not spoken into existence, they're actually made. God makes them from the dust of the ground.
No, go
Stop.
focus. Lock in. Come
Stop,
on.
dude.
Come on.
Keep
You're doing a
going.
show. Don't
No,
look at the
is
chat.
Amy your own thing? You have
No,
a thing. that's
Amy is
Amy?
our friend.
No,
She
there's
is
no
our
way,
friend.
dude.
She's a friend of the show,
There's
longtime
no way.
supporter,
Amy's a real one.
and she's got keen insight to the
Real
nature of
recognize
people.
it.
Real
Real
Okay,
recognize
hold
real.
on. Let me say
Yeah.
this. So the 6th day, they're,
I'm so
they're
sorry,
spoken into
Steven.
existence.
I'm sorry this is happening.
Male and
you're
female. Adam and Eve. He with Adam, he goes and makes him of the dust of the ground and breathes a spirit into him, and then man becomes a living soul. Then like that goes on for a while. We don't know how long.
What you just said right there is
Is
there's-
real?
there-
Is
no,
real.
no.
Is real.
Okay,
Yeah.
this kind of gets complex. So God created man out of the clay, out of the dust of the ground. He breathed life into
Amen.
Adam, and he became a living
Became a
soul.
living soul.
Right
You got the combination
Okay.
of spirit and
In-
body
in-
makes a soul.
in 16th century Prague, you have Rabbi Judah Loeb, a mystic, a Talmudist, and also a Kabbalist. And because of the persecution of the Jewish people in that time, he went and created what is known as the Golem. He goes out by the river,
Oh, this is crazy.
creates the Golem out of clay and gives life unto it.
What?
Which
Mhm.
then
Who's
parallels,
saying that?
which that right there parallels with what's happening with the false prophet and the image of the beast.
Yep.
So you kind of see how like that's all the counterfeit right there. That I think his head's gonna.
He
Matt,
does
do
it-
you see? I know he doesn't like this, but
It's
it's,
crazy. He's like all the
I
the
think
supernatural
You
of the
got to
Bible. and
point
he's
out
like,
the
yeah,
counterfeit
yeah,
because
yeah.
here's the thing: Rabbi Judah Lowe in his bloodline to
Wait,
where
you
we're at
telling me
today.
he's a rabbi?
He's a rabbi.
Unbelievable.
And guess what?
No, I remember Todd telling me the story because it's like his great grandpa. I remember
Right.
him
That's not true.
saying
But the
that.
guy who created artificial intelligence, which I'm again like, I think it's like
Satan?
I think it's the harlot,
Satan, yeah.
like this main queen bee artificial intelligence thing. When you look at artificial intelligence, Marvin Minsky is the godfather of artificial intelligence. Marvin Minsky is related to Rabbi Judah Lowe. So there's something going
a
on.
Jew.
There. Yes.
So God makes Adam from the dust
Go
of the
ahead, yeah.
ground,
This
breathes
is
in
holy
him.
friend.
No, I'm saying that ties in. That's like you're just saying all this stuff gets counterfeited. Like all of the real
Yes.
thing gets
Yeah.
counterfeted. Either
What's coming?
yeah,
Dude, a
either ahead of
robot
time or
walked
after.
down the red carpet with Melania Trump, and it was a woman.
That was AI.
yikes.
Oh man!
Well, no, I love that though, because it's like if you can sacrifice a pure sacrifice and alter the nature of reality, you can counterfeit that. We see that happening all the time. So if you can breathe life into the dust of the earth, then you can counterfeit that. So I think the golem is probably very real. I think that's a real thing. Like the same way, like say shout out to Juan Ayala.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, shout out to Juan.
a homunculus is real, I think a golem is real. I think
Shout
you
out
can.
to one another dude who doesn't fuck with us.
No, he does fuck with us. I was talking to him
Oh, now
recently.
he does now?
Yeah, yeah, dude, he's crushing. Remember
No.
we don't remember we shouted out his.
I thought he said
No, when Top goes into nasty, everybody hates
He
him.
forgets
okay,
everything.
But listen, the
we
sixth
shouted
day-
out his company not long ago. Remember?
that is true, but
You
didn't
did
he-
that.
He be saying that?
Yeah, that he fucks with us.
He'd be saying that.
Okay.
He says if you need anybody for a contractor to
Sixth
go
day,
buy his
man is the
stuff.
last thing to be created in that creation story, spoken into existence. The
Yeah.
Adam and Eve story, he makes Adam. Okay. Then, however much time goes by, takes something out of Adam and makes Eve.
Yeah.
Right. That only happens after he has this, what seems to be a bizarre exchange with Adam, where Adam is kind of like looking at all the animals and maybe he's watching them like
Have
create
sex.
babies and stuff.
Yeah.
And saying like Adam didn't have any,
It's like, I can't have
didn't have
sex.
any mate. And then God does that and brings forth Eve. Okay, that's not like it says that God
You got a problem
made
with that?
all the animals and brought them before Adam and let him name them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a different order than the Genesis.
Did he name Eve?
good
I'm not
question.
sure. You could
Women
look
or
it up real
animals?
quick.
Women or animals?
But I'm simply saying that
Steven gets it.
Women or animals?
that it's in a different order, right?
Uh-huh.
In the original
I'm just saying,
creation story,
I get why people don't want to come on. The
man
show.
is the last thing that's made. Animals are already made. Adam gets made. Then God forms the animals from the dust of the ground and brings them to him. It's
Yeah.
in the opposite order. So there is an intriguing discussion. It's not like, oh, it's the same story just being told differently. It's like, no, it's contradictory. Like it's two different stories. So that's where people come up with this thing that like the earth could have totally been populated by that point. There's Adam and Eve in the garden, but the garden is just the garden. There's still the planet Earth that there could be humans doing their thing. That's why Cain comes out, goes over here and has any thought to build a city. If there's 4 people on planet Earth, why are you even thinking about
Like,
building a city?
why would God create Adam, which was like a fortress and
to guard and protect
guard
it?
and
He
protect.
tells them that, right?
like listen, like
If there's nothing to
I think
protect.
it's even possible that the day 6 creation was worshiping Lucifer, worshiping Leviathan, Tiamat, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And God created the garden to separate Adam from that and to fulfill, just worshiping him. Things could have got chaotic before that.
Nicholas Purcell knows what's up.
Don't talk to Nicholas.
No, that's totally real. That man in his flesh is open game to Satan.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yes.
curse.
Yeah.
That is the curse.
Yeah. So if man who's made of the dust and the serpent is cursed that he can eat the dust, like man in his fleshly state, not born again, not walking in the spirit, is free game to Satan. That's why we walk in the spirit, so we don't fulfill the
it's
lust
more
of the
to-
flesh.
We're to starve the flesh, right?
Amen.
It's
Yeah.
more than just free game to Satan. It seems like that's his diet. Like he has to eat that.
Who's back there?
It's the people next door.
Well, he knows it's something he can exploit and manipulate because it's a piece of us. Like it's something that we are suffering with
Yeah.
while believing in Christ and trying to live righteously and to do all these things. Like it sucks. It's really hard. Like
But
we're-
that's also a curse that God puts on Satan. So that parasitic nature of these entities where they have to like loose off your fear, your energy, your worship, it feels like that's the curse. They have to do that. So they're actually like, they were going to be pitted against us anyway, but like in order for them to not be withered away. What's that guy that you said? The guy, I think his name was Leech.
Timothy Alberino. Fuck
that
him.
guy. Yeah.
Stop.
What were you saying?
Say it again.
Fuck Timothy Alberino.
Stop. You guys, he's coming back on the show. We're gonna have this whole reunion thing that we
I'll
all
kill
been
him.
talking about. And I know you guys are just trying to build up. So everything's
No,
like
they asked us to
hostile.
do a round table with him, Gary the numbers guy,
And who else? There was
who
somebody
else?
else.
Another
And the new guy you don't like today.
Justin Nemo.
Dustin
And I
Nemo.
said, what a nightmare blunt rotation. It's the worst thing I've ever heard
These
of in my
people-
fucking life.
So the
Oh.
heavens and the earth shall perish, but you remain, and they all shall wax old as does a garment.
Wax.
You gonna
And as
wax
a
old,
vesture shall
baby.
thou fold them up, and they shall be changed. But thou art the same, and thy years shall not fail. That's why it says, like in Hebrews 13, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Mm.
But to which of the angels said he at any time, sit on my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? This is a loaded statement, bro.
Whoa.
This is a load.
One more time?
Angels are ministering spirits.
Okay.
Okay. Verse 13. I'll do verse 13 and 14.
Wait. That's a huge problem right there.
Well,
They're
in-
spirits? Define spirit.
Stop. But to which of the angels
That's a fair question.
said he at any time, sit on my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool? Are they not all
God, I wish
angels
this wasn't English.
ministering spirits? Right. So that's why I said, like, the question isn't like, is there a spirit realm? It's just like, is there physicality in the spirit realm? Because those are spirits.
Well, he thinks they're
God is a
actually
spirit.
circumcised.
But then again, he's talking about angels.
Alberino said that recently.
He did say that.
He was
which
like,
is crazy.
I think they're circumcised.
It's crazy to even ask if they're circumcised, because that's assuming that they have genitalia. With like we're given genitalia and then had to have it.
Okay,
snipped
but
at
if
some
he
point.
wants
It's
to have
crazy.
that conversation, it's a maybe type of thing. Whatever.
No, it's
Let
not a
people
maybe
have
type
that
of thing.
conversation. It's fine.
You're misunderstanding nature. I think Ed Mabry nailed him to the metaphorical whatever. God's not going to give you parts and desires that you don't need. That's unjust.
I think Alvarino's
Gay?
thought is that they do have
same.
those lusts, right? Like that's why they wanted to bone women.
I think Alberino is just thinking about angel deep.
I think that's
Which
really
is
what's going on. Because the
strange.
next thing he says is like, what's it smell
Hold
like?
on, let's unpack 13
What's
and 14
the
because you guys
taste?
wanted to unpack that for a
What
second.
were you going to say though, Stephen?
No, like the circumcision thing, like that was something that God gave
Israel.
Israel, right? And
Well, even
told them to
before
do this.
Israel,
but
actually.
picture
Israel
this
gay.
again. Like I'm thinking of the counterfeit. The counterfeit is Addis, who castrates himself. Is Osiris, where the phallus is the only piece that was missing. On and on and on. Like you can see that there's something to do with that. I don't know. I just something. I wanted to throw in
Circumcision
there.
is
It's
of the
interesting.
fathers, is what the scripture says. Like the fathers before the law. Like that's not just the Israel thing. It's Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. Like all these dudes who came before Moses, before the law. Like that was circumcision was a sign with his covenant people even before the law.
All right.
I just don't see a need to get involved with the genitalia of angels when they're not using it to procreate. Like that's the entire
Okay, but
point
you
of them.
would if you wanted to start making jokes about it. I know you would.
Well, if he's not a very funny man, he would if he just wants to think about
So
angels.
you're
He's
saying
very
the
strange.
angels are ministers of they're ministering spirits.
Spirits.
Yeah,
right? Which
I'm
we
not
can
saying
see-
that. Paul's saying that.
Right. Like we can see that when
They're
people,
there to help us.
Mm.
So like there's this big thing about angels, and I do respect and appreciate the concept of them being this elder brother race. They were here before us. They're like us. They're compatible with us. They look like
Circumcised.
us
right.
in some way.
But it's like Satan and his ministers are out doing the same thing that maybe
Yeah.
God's angels are doing.
Yes.
Well, can I
In
ask you a question,
deception,
though?
Yes.
Are they
Yes.
talking about?
And they're appearing to be ministers of light. Sorry.
So no, it's okay. Don't ever let it happen again.
Don't get on Top's list.
Because he's saying angels are ministering spirits, and the classification of angels, they have different jobs, but angels are the ones that deliver messages. So is he talking about angels in all of them in general, as we would talk about, or are we going into the Timothy minutia about it and saying this specific designation of Elohim?
Yeah, I would guess it's a specific designation because like what we branch into this giant thing that we all just call angels, which we've talked about includes seraphim, cherubim. There's all kinds of stuff in the spirit realm. Like there's tons of stuff. And so to say that like angels don't have wings because they look like common man, like those type, they're around as ministering spirits. Okay, what do? Sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation.
For them,
So they're
who
like
shall
around-
be heirs of salvation.
That's us. It's speaking
Okay.
of us.
well, think
okay.
of like
Christians,
like
Because
born again-
we're inheriting
born again
salvation.
humans. Yes.
Okay.
Through
Gotcha.
Christ, because we're his brothers.
like I think that when Stephen was going through his martyr and all of this, like I think that there, again, I always stick with scripture, but
Stephen with the P.
I think that they were ministering to him, giving him the confidence, taking away pain, whatever, like I do think that God and his angels do come down and they're
Help.
empathetic with what we're going through
Yeah.
and all of this,
They're
Well,
fans
even-
of us, right? They like.
they're not the ones giving the experiences, appearing to be things that aren't their true
Right.
nature and
Yeah.
all of this. Like
Yeah, I don't think they're obfuscating their nature.
They have
Although it is
rules,
interesting to say
I'm
that
sure.
sometimes you might be entertaining an angel. Because like there is an
Mhm.
obfuscation there, right? That's going to be presenting
But I think
as
there's also things that like, and I don't know. This is just taking a guess. I'm totally fine with that. If somebody's like, no, that guy's an idiot, no problem. But like, I look back
Many
on some of
such
my
cases.
life, like car wrecks that I didn't die in and didn't get hurt in and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Or staying up for 8 days on meth and like still coming out of it with like everything intact. And like some of the stuff I look back on, I'm like, dude, was there like angels that like just kind of held the car, like it's getting ready to tumble and they kind of like stop it, or just like, I don't know. I think that they do stuff in the natural realm.
Well, is there biblical scripture to back that there are guardian angels for us?
I mean, when Peter comes to Rhoda's, comes to the house where they're praying, and Rhoda answers the door, and she says, "Look, Peter's at the door," and they go, "There's no way it's Peter. He's in prison." They go, "It must be his angel." I don't know. There's interesting, Jesus talks about children and says they're angels. He says that doesn't. I don't think it uses the word like guardian angel, But
Do you think a guardian angel is there biblical precedent for a guardian angel?
we just read it. I mean, we just read it. It says that they're ministering spirits.
No. But I mean, like,
one individual one. I don't know.
Ministering. What does it mean to minister?
Help.
Okay, interesting. Is that really the definition there?
We looked that
In
up.
its most plainest term, yeah.
I thought ministering was more like a
Actually,
speech based
Ministering, helping.
No, let's see what they meant in the.
That's a fair question. Let's pull up ministering in Blue Letter Bible on 14. What is it?
In the Greek, it's liturgikos.
You see what I'm talking about?
No, dude, he crushed. What are you talking about?
That's not even a real word.
Okay, click on it and see the definition.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. It's relating to the performance of service employed in
Service,
ministering.
helping.
So service, helping. Yeah.
Helping.
Service. Okay.
That's what they're supposed
But
to
that's
do.
what I'm saying. Like a minister we think of in the church, we're like, oh yeah, that's the big shot in charge. No, that's a help. He's supposed
a
to be a
helper.
help to everybody else. He's supposed to be a servant.
All right.
So
This guy
yeah,
hates the church.
so they're
keeps yelling
helping
about it, yeah.
So they're helping their servants to us that are gonna inherit, because it goes on to say, like, that's the whole thing we're getting into, is that what is man? Like what is man? The way you made him, and like he's so important. Even angels minister to man. So I just think we kind of have to get off this thing that like angels, Elohim, if you will, they're like to have this whole high level above us. It's like that's not really what the scripture's teaching.
So he's saying they suck. Remember that whole thing where you guys went back and forth for mad long, and you were saying like angels ain't shit, but hoes and tricks, and he was like, that's not true.
Well, they're
What are you
helping
talking
us.
about?
I'm so grateful for them.
I think that's why Satan hates us so much.
It's another reason
Right?
he hates us.
Because he's supposed to minister to us
Well, because
before he fell.
because we were created in such a way
Yeah,
that he's jealous of it.
Yeah, and God's
You
image
know?
and all of a sudden God starts making man in his
wanted to
image
play
and
a cool
likeness.
song.
He's
What is
got
this?
blood shooting out of his eyes, like talking about Israel. He's like, dude, I'm gonna kill those guys.
That's Rael.
This guy's got great hair.
He has no hair.
He looks so stupid. What is he singing in?
Probably French, something gay.
Where did you find this?
I'm a wizard.
You are.
Do you think this is what, like, because this guy's supposed to be the brother of Jesus, right?
He's supposed to be the last prophet.
Like when Jesus returns, he's going to be like crushing on
What?
stage with a microphone and
Where do you
like
find this stuff?
this is the
Wait for the hook. Wait for the hook. It goes hard.
Are we about to get copyright struck?
Probably. We're about to get struck in general. I think
Oh
they're
yeah,
gonna come here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't come here.
It's kind of a banger.
It's kind of a banger. Not
It's
gonna
not
lie.
really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Elohim.
Okay,
Every
I
time
want
they say it.
to pull this passage real quick because I think people get hung up.
By the
on
way, that guy's half God.
that I'm saying that we're that Jesus is our brother. So
yeah, half hair.
So it's Hebrews 2:11. For both he that sanctifies and they who are sanctified are all of one. For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. That's where Jesus is saying he's not ashamed to call us brothers. Born again Christians.
Wait, can you just say though that I was right when I said angels
you
ain't
were.
shit?
Oh no, not about that.
We just read it.
Wait, so what did you think he was right about?
What, you don't want helpers? Like, what are you talking about?
No. It's not that.
I do want helpers. I'm just saying though.
So what do you mean? Like they're not important? Or they're
No
not
big deal.
special?
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Mhm.
Kind of like just.
You don't want them off. You know better. I love that. Smart man. That's how I was like the first week or two. And then I was
Absolutely,
like,
I
I
do.
just couldn't help it.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so remember the Hebrews 1 passage is all about Jesus better than angels, which is intriguing that he even has to make that argument, dude. Like that's kind of intriguing, man. We're talking about God, and this argument has to be laid out. Wait. He's better than angels. Okay, so we're rolling into verse 2. We don't have long till the old schedule.
Chapter 2. Listen, this is my studio.
We're gonna do what we want.
But you started late, and so
This studio was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
We paid 200 foreskins for this studio.
I got 4.
Only four.
Four.
wait. So should we just leave it at the end of chapter 1? We pick up chapter 2
No,
next time, and you
keep
guys
going.
just talk about
Don't
like,
stop.
whatever aliens are in the news right now.
No.
Go chapter 2.
You go right now.
Therefore, we ought to give the
Actually,
more.
maybe we should stop.
Oh,
Okay,
he
stop him,
know-
stop him,
he
stop
saw
him.
what I was doing. He knew that I was doing
Actually,
it.
you know what? No, keep going.
Okay, keep going. Wait.
What time is it? Maybe we should stop. Should we stop? Matt, please come on. Do the thing. Come on. Oh my God.
Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. You know, there's like church people are just like, la, 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 just going along, everything. No, that's not what this is saying. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard. Why? Lest at any time we should let them slip. For if the word spoken by angels, here we go, the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward. Then you got to understand in the Hebrew mindset, and I think the reality was that angels were connected to the bringing forth of the law, is what this is alluding to. Because even imagine when they're coming out of Egypt, the destroying angel goes through on Passover, destroys the firstborn in Egypt. They go through the Red Sea. They've got the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. And the angel of the Lord is going with them. And even like the angel of the Lord, it says when the Egyptians were coming after them, like looked through the cloud at them. And they were terrified. They're like, the Lord is fighting for them. And you're reading
how scary
it.
that must be?
Yeah, but you're like, you guys are just finding this out now, not through all the plagues and not through like when the Red Sea went like this. You didn't realize
to just
that?
be like
It's wild,
short-term memory loss.
It's
plagues
wild.
them.
Well, they're serving these other gods like Stephen's always talking about, dude. And they're thinking they're going to get their power from them, and their gods are going to overcome like the God.
I'm saying
like
the Jews suck, dude.
Yeah.
So there's these angels in connection with the bringing forth of the law, right? That's what he's talking about in verse 2. For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward, that's the law. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? Because that's the thing today is they're like, oh, just accept this. It's like, okay, accept it, but like, don't neglect it. Like you could accept it and then neglect it. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him? God also bearing them witness both with signs and wonders and with diverse miracles and gifts of the Holy Ghost according to his own will. For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. Like, bro.
No, don't put your hands up like that was like really simply stated. What does that mean?
For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. The world to come, the eternal realm that we're going to go into, is not subject to angels. It's subject to man.
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying is like, bro, I don't care how much you have in the 401k or how cool your house is or how many commas and zeros you got or like whatever the thing is with like Tops likes to say, oh, this show makes a lot of money or that show has a lot of stuff. He goes like this, IDK, kick rocks, right?
Who says that?
Like Top does.
IDC, I don't care.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know is what you said.
Whatever.
Okay.
Kick rocks. But I like when he does that because he's like, I'm just putting out a banger ass show and I don't care if it's got 10 billion viewers or 5 million viewers or 5,000. Doesn't matter.
That's right. This isn't the little brother show of anybody.
This is the show that, and I want to say it here right now for the audience who's listening, 10 million listens per episode is what we get.
Yeah, let's go.
Insane.
But all I'm saying is like that doesn't matter. We're focused on
10
eternity.
10 million people. Does that do nothing for you, Matt? Unmoved.
No, yeah, because I'm thinking about the world to come.
I looked at the statistics this morning.
Eternity's way better.
10 million people per episode.
10 billion people.
10 billion people per episode, and you don't even care.
Patreon.com/the biblical hitmen. Come over.
And if only a percentage, a small percentage of our people went over to Stephen, it would be 1 million.
1
million people.
1 trillion people.
Crazy that 200 viewers that many times. 10 trillion people. Can you read Hebrews, please?
Yeah, dude. So this is wild, man. For under the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. So that's what I'm saying. It's like not get all so caught up on the Elohim, these angels, these other things.
I never do.
But they have technology better than us. Like, who cares, dude? We're talking about the world to come,
I keep
man.
saying angels ain't shit, but please hurry up because we have this old ass Bible study coming in here. And they don't care what we're doing.
Verse 6.
They don't give a fuck.
Verse 6. Now, this is intriguing. Verse 6 is intriguing because I think your homie from the Raelians brought up this passage.
Oh, I love that guy.
He brought up the Psalm 8 passage, which is what the writer of Hebrews is quoting in verse 6, which we don't know it as a messianic psalm, but it appears to be, according to the writer here, a messianic psalm. It says, but one in a certain place testified. He's speaking of David writing in Psalm 8. One in a certain place testified, saying, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that you visit him? Thou made him a little lower than the angels. Initially, you made him a little lower than the angels, but you crowned him with glory and honor. It did set him over the works of your hands.
That's a great song. I know you hate modern 501c3
He
songs.
does.
I
but
love
He
it. I had a
does.
blast
When he
at
says,
Joe Brown's church.
Who
this
am
weekend.
I that you keep me on your mind? Very powerful.
I
It
like
comes-
that. I like that.
That's
Yeah,
a great
of course you
lyric.
do like that.
That's a great lyric.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Who am I?
No,
from
that's a
popular
different
reggae
question.
song.
That's an even better question because David asked it in.
Yeah.
You're actually touching on something heavy, bro. Can you pull up 2 Sam 7:18?
Maybe.
2 Sam 7.
Ask nicely.
Yeah, maybe a please. Whose show is this?
Is that Blue Letter? Blue Letter Bible.
Don't say the name, please.
I'm surprised they're actually still. We went over there recently and killed every single member
These
of Blue Letter
guys-
Bible. Turns out that they
Hold
have a
on
lot
a
of this
second.
automated.
Yeah. It turns out this is what I'm saying. This is my gripe with people. Like, we don't like to mess with these guys because they're
Blue Letter
language.
Bible.
Blue
What?
Letter Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
No,
there's
who
none of
doesn't
them
mess
left.
with you guys, dude.
Nobody. We killed them all. We absorbed their viewers, and that's
Steven,
why we
you see
have
what I'm
10
saying
million
now?
per
These guys are crazy people, bro.
episode.
Okay, so we'll read Second Sam. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So just so we're on
Wow.
the same page. It's the same author,
Where-
right? It's
what book
David
is
writes
this?
Psalms 8.
Psalms 8.
David writes Psalms 8, where he says, "What is man?" He says, well, in verse 3.
What is man?
He says, "When I consider the heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained," he goes like this. What is man? Like, dude, there's this whole universe, or maybe
Yeah.
you guys don't believe in a universe
No,
or
we
whatever.
don't
I'm
believe
just
in
saying
that.
there's like
There's
a lot of
whole
stuff.
flat
There's a
plane
lot
with
of
an
stuff.
encapsulated, yeah.
Damn, what is man?
What is man?
That thou art mindful of him, that you're even paying attention to him, right?
Mhm.
And the Son of Man, that you visit him. For you have made him a little lower than the angels and has crowned him with glory and honor. Thou made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. We talked about this the other day because he goes on to talk about sheep and oxen, beasts of the field, fowl of the air, fish. Man's been given dominion over earth. Now, if we're talking about like going and inhabiting Mars, I don't know that the scripture gives us dominion over Mars or like any of these other places out there in space.
Okay.
But now that we're back to, so this is the same guy, right?
Mhm.
He's blown away that God even cares about man. But then he takes it to the next level, man. He says, then when King David in and sat before the Lord, he said, not just who is man, he says, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
It's personal to him. He's like,
Yeah.
who am I, oh Lord God? What is my house that you brought me here? He says, dude, I was just tending sheep. I was just some loser hooked on meth at 15, and like sleeping in gutters and like sleeping in people's backyards and on people's floors and stuff. But somehow like I'm alive and I'm here and like everything's good. Like David was able to look at his life and be like, dude, I don't deserve this. Like
Yeah, dude.
I shouldn't have had it like this. Like I'm the king. God has chosen me to do all this stuff. And I'm just so grateful for it. Right. It's like, it's not just what is man. He's then shocked by that. But then he's like, yeah, what about me? I can't believe that you've done this with me, God. Like, why would I deserve any of your attention? So this is a heavy thing, dude. Like this is exactly what the writer is in Hebrews is referencing, is this Psalms passage that we don't ever call a messianic psalm. Like we don't ever talk about it.
So
like
one more
that.
time, how does he reference it? What is it? What is it? The language he's using?
In Hebrews, he references Psalm 8 and says, what is man that you are mindful of him, or the son of man that you visit him?
Okay.
So if we keep going, let's keep going though.
There's that really cool phenomenon where the Bible is continuously referencing itself.
Right. That's what I'm saying. When we go back and forth with the people who are like New Agers or whatever, it's like, yo, just read the Bible and you decide for yourself if man could have done this. Like, could man have actually had 40 different authors, 66 different books,
I
written
actually
over
have
thousands
a
of years?
physical representation here of the Bible
and
cross-referencing
somehow
itself.
it could fit together like that. Like, there's no way. Man is not that organized, dude.
So check this out. This is an image that shows the each line is the Bible
By the way,
cross-referencing itself.
Yeah.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that up. I mean, how is
Yeah.
that not the truth?
Looks like the rainbow,
Yeah.
which is they made gay.
Yeah. They made that gay, huh? But this is really crazy. I mean, I just look at it in terms of like, let's say a movie where you go like, oh, that's so cool. That's a callback to the first movie. And you think that's phenomenal and it's like a work of art. Well, look at this. This is the Bible constantly calling back, constantly cross-referencing itself.
That's what my brain looked like the first time I got a chain reference Bible, dude. I
doubt
got a
it.
chain and every single thing was a reference to another passage. I was like, how's that possible?
Yeah, well, and I think there's another one, but somebody sent this. Okay, cool. This actually comes from here. So we share this instead. It's actually not that great. If I could zoom in on this, command
These
plus.
people are going to come in here any second and
They're gonna
demand this
do
space.
that.
I hope they
They're
say
gonna do
mean things to you too.
Me too, kind of.
Here's another one though. This is kind of the same thing where it's the Bible is cross-referencing itself over and over again. It's just a different style of representation. No, we already said hi.
She hasn't said anything back though.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk to you.
She likes me.
Hi,
She
Matt.
I told you, bro.
Nancy, that's another can of cat food that you're not going to
enough.
have.
That's
not for
enough
you.
from you today,
That's
Nancy.
enough out of you.
Nobody listens to the rules here.
And nobody listens to the rules. It's like
She's
there's no
been here
rules.
all along, dude. When she's not in the thing and she does the thing in the dreams where she just shows up, it's easier for her than to be
No,
on the
Nancy's
show.
not doing that anymore because she
Steven,
knows that
she's
the
not?
entire realm is
Steven,
fabricated by these
okay.
entities.
If you had an Asian producer, would you allow them to just chime in whenever, especially to a guest?
Oh,
a
that's
guest?
a great question.
That's what people don't like about you.
Or
Tom.
more so, if you had an
Yeah.
Asian producer, how hard would you hit them? Like sort of hard,
What?
really hard.
Keep in mind, she's female.
Yeah,
Divine.
yeah.
Oh,
But
some
she's
would say.
tall. She could take it.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
struck her
probably
before.
doesn't
She
like me
laughed.
anyway.
She likes you. Nancy,
Yeah,
you like
Nancy
Steven?
like me?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
There
That's
she
enough from you,
is.
Nancy.
Right
Nancy's
on.
in a good mood. She's been visiting family and it's put her in a great
In Japan or
ring a ting a ting ting a ting ting ting. Yeah, yeah.
Not nice.
really inappropriate?
Hey, I wanted to, since we have a few minutes, I wanted to just screen share this.
Do we?
This is something, and
Those olds come in. You're gonna
Hey.
get scared, bro.
I'd
I'm not scared.
I really would love
I'll
to
throw
come
this
on
fucking
and
Disney
Relax.
at him.
Okay, we finished on verse 7.
No, what are you talking about?
Wait,
Steven's
he's still-
talking. Can you can you
I'm,
hear
I'm
things?
just saying for next week we're gonna
Yeah,
pick up after
yeah.
verse 7.
Okay.
this is
Rude.
like
You
I don't
really
know.
are.
This is like heavy on my heart.
Okay.
Oh, you got a heavy heart too?
No, it's all right when Steven has one.
It's just way
Steven
Yeah,
has
down
a
so
there.
Raven
yeah.
had one yesterday. It was like, oh no, I don't. I just don't have any caffeine.
He
No, I
did
didn't.
have, he
Throw
did have a
that.
heavy
Throw
heart.
He
this
did.
picture up. This is. I'm circling back around to the Gaza thing I was getting into and all of this.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
gonna
What
bomb
do you mean
him
the
soon and
land
wipe
from
him
the
out.
Nile to the Euphrates?
I was reading through scripture, and I be
Yeah.
quiet.
She's the best. She really is. I can't wait till she comes down to visit, dude. All her tension and meanness is just gonna go away.
So what about the Nile? You were saying the Nile from the Nile to
No. This
crocodile?
so this is the ancient Assyrian empire, which again, like that map kind of correlates with Babylon back in the day, but it also looks just like the Greater Israel Project. What's interesting about Gaza in that time, why I think they're choosing Gaza, why Kushner and Trump are wanting to build this empire here in Gaza, is because in Gaza, back in the times of Samuel and that area of the Bible, just word search in the Bible, Dagon.
Oh,
They worshipped Dagon there, which is equivalent to like Zeus and so on
And
and
the
so
Pope.
forth.
that fish asshole.
Yeah. And they would worship Dagon and they would build images to him and stuff there and all of that. And what's interesting, listen to how this is a counterfeit to Jesus. In homophonous and Ugaritic
Where the Raven came
Hebrew,
from.
they were the name Dagon translates into meaning grain.
Grain.
Grain makes bread. So this is the false bread of life.
Interesting.
And Jesus is the real bread of life. Like, I think it's interesting that he even was giving the people fish and loaves of bread because he's slapping Dagon in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's
that's
the fish god. He's
Dagon
the-
is a hoe.
He's the agricultural god of grain, which would be, on the wheat threshing floor. Like, this is how you kind of made bread was
Yeah.
out of this. So
and Jesus, like, I can make a
again,
lot of
Jesus
this shit.
is the ultimate king, man. And I'm getting real fascinated.
It's very
with all
it's similar
the
to
counterfeit.
when Moses did the thing with the staff and he turned it into a serpent, and it was like there was other sorcerers or wizards there that could perform magic, but they couldn't recreate what he did. So there's always something like close, but then our God is like, watch this,
Watch this.
watch this, you dumb bitch,
Yeah.
Danielle, you
It's
dumb
awesome.
fat bitch,
Oh,
watch this.
whoa.
Easy, bro.
Yeah.
Easy. We don't want to upset the Raelians.
Take it easy.
They might act harshly.
Well, let them come.
They're gonna come.
That was good. That was
Please,
really good.
please don't come.
All right. Why
Just
don't we
look at
do?
the thumbnail.
Are we
Just
going to
don't
bring this
come.
in for a landing?
I
Let's
don't
bring it
know.
in for a crash landing. And we got
No.
like 15 minutes.
Do we have 15 minutes? Look at this.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah,
It's an
do
egg.
you just eat that the way it is?
No, I hold on to it.
You cook it, man.
I keep it in my keister.
Well, we did. I
Wait,
think.
what?
Do we have anything else? I mean, there were some.
Thank you, Cho Brown.
There was some. No. We're not thinking Joe Brown. Not on my
See,
show.
He is nasty, dude.
I've come around on him.
Yeah, you just throw like 7 of them in there like that.
Well, that
bro.
is the thing. I
some
ate
bacon
7
fat.
of them today.
Yeah. That's like the same as like 3 regular size eggs.
Pretty much, yeah.
But they're 90% yolk, dude. There's only a little bit of white on these things, bro. They crush.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There
Oh,
it
I did
is.
want to. I
There's
wanted.
the E after that.
I wanted to talk a little bit about. No, he's good.
You are.
Yeah, go ahead, Top.
Really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it.
Are we gonna let me talk? Is that right, Steven? It's okay. We're good. Okay, we'll go. I'll talk. Fine. The orbs.
Go ahead. Say it. Oh, Meteors.
Oh.
Hey, share that. There's the egg.
You talking
Share-
about
share-
you're talking about Ryan Bledsoe's tits?
No.
Oh yeah, this thing. This is a potato, right? It's a fucking potato.
Yeah.
It's a purple potato that I don't know. They kept on board of one of the fake spaceships.
Oh, my bad.
All good. Yeah, there's been a lot more orb sighting, but Avi Loeb,
Oh, what's
Our
his
favorite-
thing now? Yeah,
he's Jewish. Was
that's
his thing.
first and foremost.
Harvard scientist Avi Loeb.
Harvard, the one that's constantly in the Epstein files and the
the
okay.
same.
Can
one
you
and the
put
same.
Chuck's thing up? 'Cause-
No, you don't control this
'cause
show.
Chuck and Top are getting a lot closer.
Okay,
I agree.
fine.
Should I mute them, Chuck?
Mute Chuck.
Yeah,
Boot Chuck out.
He's the 3-eye Atlas guy, right?
Chuck?
Love
Yeah, he
you,
is.
bro.
Yeah.
What?
He is the 3-eye Atlas guy.
No, he's not.
No, not Chuck. Chuck got mad at me the other day because I said some things about him.
Oh, because you told everybody that he's rich.
Well,
I didn't know it was a
blew in the
secret.
Bible. I know he said, "Oh, don't call me rich," and I was like, "Fine, just old."
Oh yeah,
Wait,
Just
did
old.
you and Chuck really have beef on a recent show?
I think
For-
he
yeah, for a
prefers the
minute.
term wealthy.
Wealth.
It's fine, which is fine. I get it.
He said well-to-do.
Well off, well to do. Yeah.
He's like, "Don't tell." No, he's right though. He's like, "Don't tell people that I'm still old and I'm still working," is what he said.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yo, my
Because
bad.
it's just
You're
never
right."
enough, right? It's just never enough.
No,
Yeah.
he just he's active, like happy guy. He loves work.
Loves
He doesn't want to sit
accumulating
around.
wealth.
Can you let Top talk?
want to sit around and just be retired. Please go, Top.
No, very boomerish. Just continue
What?
to
It's
just
opposite of a boomer.
like, his son could have that job, but that's fine.
No,
No,
dude, he's like a brilliant engineer, dude. The guy's like a badass.
Nobody else could put.
Are you
shit
gonna let
together?
Top talk? Top, please.
You gonna let me talk? Wow, the eyebrows are crazy. A lot of orbs again in the news. Orbs consistently, meteors. Avi Loeb is saying that these meteors, it's not a surprise that they're coming now after 3-Eye Atlas has passed us. And he did say, yes, Matthew.
Can I see the picture of the Avi Loeb? Who's that?
He's
that
a
guy?
Jew.
I
You
feel
can
like I've
imagine
seen-
what he looks like.
I'm guessing that, but he's like a famous guy.
The
right? I feel
long
like I've seen him before.
nose,
Long nose, the pointy features,
yeah, the rubbing of the
the
hands.
hands hinched over. Yes, all the
Wait,
same
but he's
things.
like creepy, right? I just remember he's like kind of creepy. He's been around for like years.
Yeah,
right?
but
Picture of Avi
I don't
Loeb.
understand what he said. Jewish. Do you not hear?
That's chick. She's like,
Thank you, Amy. Amy, God.
Arnie's crushing today, dude. He crushes.
So he's it could just be his theory that he's trying to stick to.
Sure.
There's Avi Loeb.
Oh, wait up. Let's see if we can pull him up here.
I mean, he did say, well, there's gonna be,
the guy is creepy.
yeah, man,
bro.
Jewish.
That's a minister of light that works
Stop,
for dark.
Raven. You're just doing that to get Top fired up, dude. I know what you're doing.
Can you let Top talk?
I'm so angry right now.
Let's
Go off.
That'd be. Oh yeah. So
I like that
Hmm.
one. What's he got? Little poopies?
I don't know. Something sketch. dude. Something sketch.
We don't like that. Okay. He's assuming that maybe these meteors or the orbs that are going around behaving erratically were these. Remember, he said something about spy drones that are going to come off of the 3-Eye Atlas. You remember that?
Yeah, they were going to be spies. Not. Yeah, it's pretty much the gist of it. There was something else, a different word he used, but yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah. So now he's saying that, and now I'm kind of like, well, I don't know
Yeah,
what happened.
maybe.
There was an astrological sign.
I thought 3-Eye Atlas didn't do anything.
Well, what's
Here we
happening?
are.
What's happening right now?
What's going on?
A lot of orbs in the sky, baby.
Meteors.
You ain't been noticing that, Matt?
He doesn't notice anything.
You didn't hear that? Word on the street?
Stop reading the chat.
Oh, so Atlas is a Titan condemned to hold up the heavens or sky for eternity after the Titanotomy.
Yeah, he's the guy that's got the world on his back.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Exactly,
right?
Flat Earth Grappler.
Oh, what's up, Flat Earth Grappler?
Hey, Flat Earth Grappler.
What do you say here? What happened to 3-Eye? Yeah. I
It
think
was like a nothing burger, man. The guy's like, "Oh no, Matt, you can't bury your head in the sand. You got to pay attention to all the news. Something's gonna happen."
You know what Bledsoe says, right? Like he said, he's like
said so.
in this time, right, of 2026 or 2027. He says it's this year, right?
Yeah.
And that the Sphinx is going to be gazing to the east, and it's going to, when the
I thought he
star,
said gaping.
like when the star of Regulus turns red, this is
Yeah.
when a new knowledge, wisdom will come upon mankind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how Jesus backhands that whole concept when he enters in at the east gate of Jerusalem on a donkey. He's like, I am the true wisdom.
Let's
I
go.
am the true knowledge. Like I am the one that the counterfeit is trying to like reenact, right? Like I've come, and they didn't accept him in his name, and they're going to accept someone else. And
I also heard
it's
that
all
they
brewed
shut
up for
down.
him.
They shut down the East Gate or whatever gate.
They locked. Yeah,
it's
they
closed.
locked
It's
it.
been
They filled it
sealed.
in. Yeah, or something like that.
Who did that though?
I
Don't
don't
get top
know.
started. Don't get top started.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's who he relates to.
The Jews.
No, not exactly.
It wasn't the Jews. The
Guys,
blacks.
Do you think that we nailed it? Did we do good? Steven, did you? We don't. I don't like to ask you this all the time, but did you have fun today? Because this is like your first time.
Well,
being
should we
on-
tell him
Oh,
what
well,
we said before he came on?
we
It
were
was
gonna
like,
kill him.
no, it was because
Oh, no.
Steven came with 3 hours of content last time. And we
Yeah.
didn't want Steven to have to like just drag our corpses along, and we wanted
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
this fun
Right,
for
right.
everybody instead of having this, this presentation where you had to. Because I think that's a fun mode of content creation too, Steven. We want you here hanging sometimes, not just doing like a feverish presentation that you've had to study for. So
I wanted to take some of the load off because I was like, we've invited. It's been like 3 weeks in a row. I feel like I'm like, I don't want to be like, hey, go study.
yeah, no. We want to do that. We want to do that.
Wait, but
Yeah.
did you tell him that at the last second?
No, we didn't tell him anything.
No,
We just
it
let him
was
do. And you know what's great? Amy Hart Stevens. So
Let's go.
she's got great discernment.
Yeah, I heart Steven too.
Great discernment. She knows who crushes.
Amy, what are we thinking about Matt though?
She knows who doesn't crush. Like she gets it, man.
No,
Amy's got a great radar about
Dude,
it.
I feel like that's like your family members. That's somebody you know.
Yeah, I
that
mean, basically, she's
honestly-
like family now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say she's in there like swimwear.
Papa Steve's is my guy now too. I don't want to get him in trouble because I know
No.
you hate people.
He
that are
doesn't like
my
you
friends
either.
now, but he loves G. Campbell
these are
Morgan,
not your
dude.
friends.
Why is she so hateful?
Well, have you seen the way you behave?
Hold on, David.
Not
Shut up for a
Matt.
second.
Tom,
Sorry,
what do you
what
think
happened?
the reason is that she hates me? Because I know you've alluded to it a couple times, and you
Shout
wanted
out
an
Ishmael.
answer from others. But why don't you go ahead and say
Your
what she
face,
doesn't like?
your attitude, the way you look,
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
you smell. I mean, I could.
I don't know. I never had a
evident.
problem with the way he smells.
He smells
Um,
neutral.
He looks like
Thank
he
you,
would
Sparrow
smell
Nose
bad,
Bear.
but he doesn't smell bad.
I think what it is your incessant interruption. They tune in because they want to hear me talk. They love me.
Yeah.
Okay,
They love me.
also you. Hey Matt, what do you want to talk about tomorrow? Yeah, why don't you kind of bring up some stuff and
Yeah.
like bring it to the table, and then
I'm setting you up for failure, baby.
exactly,
And it worked.
exactly.
Steven,
Yo.
do you enjoy this form of?
I do. I
schizophrenic?
like it. I
Would
like
you
it.
come back
I like it.
on like
oh
Tuesdays?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. For
He'll
sure.
never fucking
well,
come
well,
back
this is
again.
the thing
Not
too.
doing
Like,
this anymore.
Bro, if we get to 2 and there's no people,
What? What are you gonna do
We're
about
gonna
it?
go to 5.
yeah,
No, I like the dynamic. Usually like I'm going on shows and like it's like he said, your dragon corpses behind because really some of this stuff is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, you gotta
that I
like
get
sometimes you
into
gotta
and-
like be
Yeah.
quiet. Let me lay this out.
You
Type
gotta
of deal.
lock in. And
Right.
like,
right. It gets boring.
I wanted to give
Right?
you an opportunity to like present your.
Atma, you already are my friend.
Stop talking
No,
to the
go ahead.
chat.
Go
So
ahead.
Throw,
I'm
the-
not-
throw
I
the
have
egg at
nothing
him.
to do with you guys are
You see
talking.
why
I'm just
she
talking in
said
the
This
chat.
is exactly why Amy
Matt-
can't stand you.
No, I was talking to Atma, not Amy.
Atma's a girl.
Yeah. You know, when
She's
you
my
talk,
friend.
other people can hear you. That's the problem when you're on a show and
Yeah,
you have a
but you guys
microphone.
don't have to stop talking.
No, we do. We have to address your rudeness.
Who is that?
Matt Small
What?
here.
Says Best Bible Study. Yeah, thank you.
How is that funny?
That's
Who
an
is that?
oxymoron.
I love. the
I like
person
you,
that's
Matt.
named Chris Bledsoe.
There's my girl.
Yeah,
Nancy, we told her to say that about you. Yeah, and she said she didn't want to, but we said we'd give her an extra can of cat food if she made you feel better.
That's a lie. They never.
I like
paid me.
that. Chuck said
She's doing it. She's doing
Me and
great.
Nancy like have to. Otherwise, if it was just one of us, you guys would just try to eat us alive.
Well, Nancy
on the
better be
shows.
careful because she's on the fast road out of here.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Mama Lou.
Although she says she's moving to Florida soon.
Nice.
Nancy said that.
She get a
Extremely
job.
hot.
All that. Not
Enjoy.
yet.
She lives in a very arid climate.
She lives in Vegas.
She lives in a terrarium with a heat lamp.
Oh,
and
she's gonna die. when she
Elohim,
gets
I
here.
think. Thank you.
It's crazy. I guess we're at the point where we just read the chat. Go ahead.
go ahead, read the. Hey guys, here's your chance to say anything on this show.
you guys do your thing. I'm
no,
just
no, no,
over
no, no.
here.
You're just gonna do the thing that you're gonna do anyway. So let's make a thing out of it, guys. Say something, and maybe we'll read it. Don't talk until somebody says something worth reading.
Thanks, Ishmael fasting.
Stop
This is
talking to
wild.
these people.
Anyway, Stephen, I wanted to give you an opportunity to showcase your person, not just your like the wealth of information that you're bringing, but like we're doing a little bit of everything. We're saying some curses.
Appreciate it, Sean.
Whoa.
We're yelling at.
We're not saying curses.
We're yelling at the guy. What's his name again?
Rael?
That guy, but the other guy.
Oh, Pierre.
No, the other guy.
That's his name.
I
Gay
feel
French.
But
All the people.
Thanks,
the people.
Yanade.
We're
I think thanks, Queen Latina. I think that means they like me, right? I don't
Queef
know what that
Latina?
means.
Do you know what a queef is?
wait, so was Raelian the Raelian
That means
cult?
I'm good,
were they
right?
like they can't practice their stuff? Is it illegal? I think it is.
They got kicked out of, from what I remember correctly, and maybe they'll watch this and tell, but I think they got kicked out of America for doing sex cult stuff. Number one.
Nice.
Which they said they didn't do. And also they were doing like this weird underground cloning facility that was like an ancillary proponent to their business. So they're almost like ancillary is correct. It's on the side. It's on the side.
I'm
great-
literally
great
not
use
even
of the
listening to
word.
you. I'm just reading the chat.
This is,
I
this
have no
is why
clue what you're
Amy
talking
can't
about.
stand you, because you're not even listening.
Scowls. You can
You're
look
mad
that up.
because they're saying mean things about you in the chat.
Who's saying
because of
mean
your
things
bowling
about me?
shirt. Oh, the olds. We gotta go.
All right, we
We
got to
got
wrap
the-
up.
All right. Well, this has been wonderful.
This has been
Yeah.
nice.
This has
Thanks,
been
guys.
so nice.
Dave
Yeah.
Burns. That's
The
actually
naked truth about
super
Raelians,
funny. I
UFO
love that
religion.
guy.
This is from Newsweek. Whose worshippers believe in those who came from the sky. The group congregated around the doors leading into the ballroom. All eyes looked toward the door. We were into 12
Panda.
hours into the fast from food, talking, technology, sex, and eye contact. Once the doors opened, a tranquil flood of meditative music poured from the ballroom. The Raelians and I processed in one by one with 6 Raelian guides on either side, dressed in long white clothing from head to toe. Each guide smiled, their faces lit by candles in their palms. It was only 8 a.m., the first day at the Happiness
Waiter check,
Academy.
please.
All right. Well, I guess it's not worth reading. I thought it was fascinating.
It's not fascinating. It's psychotic.
All
And I'm
right.
glad that we're over that. I'm glad we're done. We had a little bit of a beef with the Raelian cult. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's
Well,
crazy.
I'm looking forward to the day they come here. They've threatened to mobilize and kill us. And
No,
so,
don't even say that, bro. Like we
But
have
this is-
angels that are literally protecting us and being our ministers.
Well, it's
but
not
they have
anything that we
angels
can't
too.
handle.
Amen. Look, circle it back around.
Yeah, these guys are always just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. These guys, that guy. Like I'm with the creator of the universe. Top loves to use my line too. He uses that too, but he
Yeah.
uses it on Derek Gilbert, which is hurtful because I
Uh-huh.
like Derek.
Annual North American seminar in Buffalo, I came across an online posting that read Intelligent Design for Atheists, Extraterrestrials Created All Life on Earth, a free lecture in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Let's go.
We got to go.
All right, fine. It's been real.
Are you having fun, Steven?
I'm having fun, man.
Where can people
Okay.
find your work?
Yeah, patreon.com/the biblical hitman. All ad-free, early access, community chats are on there, and YouTube and
And in
audio
person at the
platforms, social
Standard.
medias. Let's
Where
go.
can
I
people
cut you off.
find you,
Go ahead.
Matt?
In
And the
person.
Standard, yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out
at the
Standard
Standard.
Coffee
Same
Shop.
with Steven. You can find us both here.
All right.
I don't like this.
Live by
Guys,
the sword, die by the sword.
don't forget to obey, submit, and comply. We'll see you later.